Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, warning. The views expressed on the live stream are 100% that of Tim Trueheart. What's up, you bad motherfucker suckers? Today's live stream is going to be epic. I researched for 15 minutes. I studied the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. I polished my replica UFC belt, and I am drinking Monster Energy drink right now. I am ready to crush for the next 60 minutes for the 3 people in the live chat. This is the best job I ever had, and it's hotter than a piss test from TRT Vitor, faster than TJ Thrillishaw and DJ Mighty Mouse Johnson's illegitimate love child. Don't forget to drop into the live chat. Venmo, pay me some money. Oh yeah, it's me. It's your friend. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Where you at? Where you at? Wait, there you are. I see you. I see you, yo. Hey, thanks for checking out the live stream. It's me, Tim Trueheart. Tu amigo, muy guapo. Hola, hoy es 28 de mayo. Gracias por todo, mi amiga, mi amigos, personas. Yo, I do the live stream every Sunday through Monday, and I am Tim Trueheart. I'm your host. I love you so much. Thanks for checking it out. You rock. You rock. Okay, so this is gonna be a lot of fun. Please make sure to interact in the live chat. That's what makes this whole thing dope AF. So please be the one to do that. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to make you laugh. And yeah, this is good stuff. Let me just say thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. I got another subscriber just yesterday. The subscribing that you do gives me fuel. What's up, Chris? How you doing? AEW Vitor, no habla. I meant TRT Vitor. TRT Vitor. I said this is gonna be better than that. Dude, thank you for checking out the live stream. I appreciate you. I do. Give me a like and I'll give you a little shake. That sounds good. Hey, we can get into some UFC chat in a little while because, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a guest on in about 27 minutes or so. It's going to be Chingadiculous, and you're going to see him in the live chat. It's going to be dope. It's going to be diggity dope. So, that's going to be a lot of fun, just so you know. We can look forward to that. Now, I have a whole bunch of different stuff to talk about today. We're not even going to be able to get through all of it. We're not. We're not going to get through everything because there's so much fun to be had. I was trying to be like, trying to be silly with that. It didn't work. Sometimes my jokes don't always work. If you're wondering where my eyes wander from time to time, I'm looking at different screens. I've got a whole entire mobile command center going on here. We got curtains, obviously. We've got a little light over here. I got a light on my face, got monitors, and yeah, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. So that's how it goes down. That's how it goes down, biatch. Okay, what do we got going on here? 27 minutes is enough time for me to finish dinner. Ah, good. Oh, good, yes, you understood the reference. Dude, I'm going to talk about all sorts of different stuff. If you guys don't get one of my references, don't worry. I'm throwing out references left and right. I'm throwing them out like, like DJ Jazzy Jeff gets thrown out of the house by Uncle Phil in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Boom, I'm pulling references. I'm pulling a reference. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go over our W's of the day. W of the day, I applied for a job. W means win, by the way, if you're not sure what the W means. I applied for a job at the Apple store because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And what I mean by the doctor, I mean the IRS. Because a brother owes the IRS a little bit of cash. Screw all money. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a job, and I'm gonna get a job somehow, somewhere, because this is good, and I'm part of the gig economy, and I was looking at this guy on the news. It was on CNN on Sunday night, and he was saying that the gig economy was going to take the longest to revive itself, and it may never be the same. And I am making all my money off the gig economy, so I'm gonna get myself a little basic biatch job, and I'm gonna make my money that way. just to supplement what's going on here. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all playing some b-ball with Christopher Haas. Yeah. Up to no good. Started making trouble in my barrio. I got in one little fight and got squished by Super Mario. I said, what's going on? Please, not Wario. Luigi, yo. Okay, so that was my W. My win was that I applied for a job. Going to get money. Money's coming soon. That was my win. My admission. My admissions? Dude, man, I need to go for a walk after this live stream. I'm going to work out tonight. I haven't been working out as much. Trying to recover from plantar fasciitis. It's beating my ass. Plantar fasciitis is messing me up, yo. Okay, so let's go ahead. We covered those two things. It's time to get rocking and rolling with, you know what time it is. It's time for a moment of gap. A moment of gap. A moment of gap. Yeah. Time for a moment of gab. If you don't know what Gab is the social media platform dedicated to free speech, and it really, really upsets lots of liberals. So it only takes a few moments to piss you off. That's why I come here every day, just so you guys can see how people on channels not like Instagram, Twitter, and such, you can just see how they do it on other social media platforms. Guess who's calling the shots? Boom. Guess who's calling the shots? On human experimentation? Whoa. That's gangster. Okay, I'm not even going to click on that. Oh, dude. Fauci on masks. No. Fauci on masks. Yes. Which Fauci should we believe? Huh. Okay. Yeah, nothing pissing me off just yet. I have this condition that prevents me from staying home or wearing a mask. It's called critical thinking. Whoa. That's pretty gangster. Okay. Oh, here we go. I see Joe Biden here. If you ain't looting and setting fire, you ain't black. Whoa, dude, Joe Biden didn't say that. Did Joe Biden say that? Look at that. If you ain't looting and setting fire, you ain't black. I think he's talking about LA, you guys. Oh, God. Here comes... This is definitely going to be racist. Okay, I can tell it's going to be racist. Yeah, I'm going to have to just skip over that. Oh, no. This is going to be bad. All right. Yeah. Okay, so I already found it. Okay, that's how long did that take? That was our moment of gap. Our moment of gap. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Gab's pretty good at being bad. We're so bad. That's how people on Gab act. They're like, we're so bad. Busters, dude. Straight busters, man. That's what I have to say about these guys. Don't even trip, because what we're doing is we are going to do a Urban Dictionary word of the day. That's what we're going to do. Suckers. We're going to do that, suckers. Don't even worry. Let me get that thing blown up and ready for you already. I'm going to get it ready already for you, kid, because I know you want to see that Urban Dictionary word of the Disney. Okay, it's 12. The word of the day is 12. It's a number. The police, any law enforcement agent. See also popo and one time. Shouting 12 when the cops are spotted approaching the scene of some illegal activity. Okay, so 12 means the police, any law enforcement agent. Also, when you say po-po, or you say one time, 12 is like a warning to say. In some neighborhoods, they actually have pigeons. And what they do is they will take a pigeon and they will have the pigeon in a pigeon coop, and then when the cops come down the road, then what they will do is they will let the pigeons out of the pigeon coop, and that will alert the people in the street. You know, maybe they're selling dope, to feed their family and such, and they will alert them, and then they'll know, and then the Jake won't be able to catch people and such. So yeah, that's how that goes. In case you didn't know. So yeah. That's what's up with that. Let's do another word. Let's do another word, shall we? because I just taught you that, and I told you you would learn on the live stream. Okay, let's go to the trending. I hope she sees this, bro. I hope she sees this, bro. Here, let's check it out. A statement made by men on social media to address another man who they perceive to be sucking up to women. It's assumed by men who use this statement that the man in question isn't being truthful about what he's saying. Rather, he's just trying to appease a woman. Men who use this statement are oftentimes considered to be incels, primarily by women. Okay, here's an act out. Josh, I don't care about the physical appearance of a woman. I don't care about the size of her breasts or butt. I want a woman who has a kind heart and will be the proud mother of my children. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. No woman is truly ugly. Every woman is beautiful in her own way. And then Sam says, I hope she sees this, bro. The woman that Josh would be hoping that would see. Okay, a statement made by men on social media to address another man who they perceive to be sucking up to women. It's pretty cool. This is pretty funny. I think that's pretty funny, bro. I hope she sees this, bro. It's not bad. It's pretty douchey. It's a good amount of douche though, don't you find? Don't you find that's a good amount of douche? Dude, you can see like all the different things that I've looked up lately. Alright. Oh, okay. Pedosexuality? Pedosexuality. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be real bad. Pedosexuality. Something that is used by pedophiles to try and be protected by the umbrella of the LGBT community. It is not and will never be a sexuality. It is just a word that sounds less harsh than pedophile and is used in an attempt to hide the fact that it is illegal. Oh my god, I can't believe John is really trying to say he identifies as pedosexual. No! No! I know, right? He's so disgusting. And hashtag what the fuck? Hashtag not a sexuality. Hashtag pedos. No! Pedosexuality. Dude, these are some really good word of the days. These are some really good ones. Oh my god. Let's go. That was only the second one. Oh no. I don't want to get in trouble. Mandingo effect. We gotta look up the Mandingo effect. This is so bad. The Mandingo effect. It's not like the Mandela effect. It's not like the Mandela effect. It's the Mandingo effect. When you're fucked by so many black guys that you wake up believing or wanting to be from a different timeline or dimension. Larry, hey, did you know it's called the Berenstain Bears instead of the Berenstein Bears? It's the Mandela effect. Hey, Dave, did you hear what Larry said? Larry? Nah, he's crazy. Keeps talking about the Mandela effect, more like the Mandingo effect. I don't feel that one. I don't think I did that one right. Okay, here's the second definition, Mandingo effect. A misremembering of the size of a penis from the past to be much larger than it was or is. Billy's ex. Oh god. This thing is like, my computer's gonna, it won't let me read that part of the line. Okay. Mandingo effect. Interesting. Okay, so we just did our moment gap and our Urban Dictionary stuff. We did that. That's good. Feeling good. Let's go ahead. Let's check in the live stream chat just to see what's going on there. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, I'm looking good. Nothing crazy's going on. Nothing wild. I'll get back to it in just a second. And I'm gonna get us set up just a little bit for our guest. You know that my homeboy Jacob Rosales is going to be getting in here, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, man. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So what I'm going to do is, while you guys are hanging, you guys are just chilling. So I'm gonna literally just set this biznatch up for my homie, dog, and you're just gonna have to hang out and deal with that right now. Oh, there we go. Copy URL. Copy. So yeah, I'm new to this. I'm new to it, but I'm not super new to it. But yesterday was the very first time that I did that I did one of these. We had our guest on yesterday is Alan Sidley of Sidley Stand Up, a super cool dude. So that was great, and it went well. I felt like it was a big success. And today we're going to be doing our 2 days in a row that we're doing it. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys like this because I'm definitely doing what I can to make this stuff dope. I'm definitely doing what I can to make this stuff dope, 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 dope. That sounded cool. That sounded cool, bro. Yeah. All right. This is legit, man. This is what I call legit. This is legit sticks. Almost there, guys. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Boom, I got it. Okay, great. Okay, so he should be almost fully set up. Let's go ahead and let's check out some weird stuff that I've been pulling up online randomly all day, and that should make us quite happy in the meantime. In the meantime, in between time. You know what I'm saying, son? You know what I'm saying? You know what I be saying, kid? Do you know what I be saying, kid? Okay. Yeah, there's so much odd stuff that I've gotten. Yeah, let me pull this over here for you. And then can I blow it all the way up? Oh, there we go. Okay, you're going to enjoy this. You will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. Okay, check it out. Get your volume. You should be good to go.
One day after watching The Sopranos. Hey, how are you? 2 weeks after watching The Sopranos. Hey, what's for dinner? Pasta fazool. 1 month after watching The Sopranos. Don't worry about it. Took care of it already. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? I didn't think so. I'm gonna take a fucking walk.
Not bad, right? No, not bad at all, right? For sure. For sure. Okay, let's get another weirdo thing. There's so much stuff I got set up. Okay, that was Valentino Ambrosio. Valentino Ambrosio. So respect Valentino Ambrosio, y'all, because they're coming with the funny shit. It seems. It seems that Valentino Ambrosio's coming with the funny shit. All right, this one's gonna be super short. Can I get it? Can I get it big? I don't know if I can get it big. All right, that was chill. That was chill. Not mad at it. You can't be mad at stuff like that, right? Oh, you know what? You guys didn't see that one. Sorry. I'm gonna do that. I got to do that one again for you. That sucked, dude. You did not see it. Here we go. Got it. Got it. All right. That's what's up with that. That's what's up with that one. Okay. Yeah, so let me check in that live chat real quick, see how you guys are doing. I don't want to leave you hanging. All right, you're back. Dude, thanks for coming back, bro. Right now, I am actually just quickly pulling up some stuff for the UFC chat we're going to have in just a little bit. So bear with me. Say what you want to say all while you're all up in there, man, because I can see the live chat, and I'm just getting it ready to rock and roll. I'm just getting it ready to rock and roll with the split screen. If I can find what I'm looking for. Have you seen the show The Last Kingdom? Because if you have not seen it, man, I am addicted to that show. I am straight up addicted to The Last Kingdom. I cannot stop watching this show. I'm actually almost all the way caught up with the whole series. And it's freaking dope. I mean, I really, really love it. I'm starting to like develop a Dutch accent, and I'm proud of it. I'm pretty proud of it. So I'm sure you don't have a problem with that. I don't know why anybody would. Dude, where is my? I'm looking for my overlay. I can't. I already made an overlay for my homeboy. So you know what it should be in? It should be in my live stream images. Nope, it's not there. Oh, that's good. Dude, you guys have no idea how much stuff I do to like try to make this show decent, and it does get better. But getting better is like it's such tough action, is what they would call it. Tough action, bruh. Tough action. Where's my overlay, dude? Looking for my overlay. When I say I'm looking for my overlay, I feel like I'm saying looking for Vanderlei, like Vanderlei Silva. Of course, you get it. You get it. Oh, dude, where's it at? Let me do a search. I'll do a search in here. We're going into this, and then we're going to go overlay. That's my guest overlay. Is that it? Nope. Nope. Haas is Dutch. Is it really? Axe murderer. Heck yeah. I didn't know that was Dutch. Dude, if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. That's what they always say. That's what I've heard. That is what I heard. Oh my goodness. We're going to do it just like I did it yesterday. I hate being so ghetto. Dude, I really hate being such a ghetto-ass dude. You know that? You gotta you don't even know how hard it is to be ghetto. Did you see that? Did you guys see what's going on over there? You guys didn't even notice, right? You can't see it. Yeah, because you're not on that screen. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but you guys are in luck. You guys are in super duper luck. Because you're going to see me do another overlay. And it's going to be so much fun. So you're going to see it. Yeah, you're going to freaking see it. So we're going to go over to, yeah, here it comes. Awesome. Dude, this is good for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an overlay for Jacob because he's going to be in here in a jiffy. And I want to, so this is how you make a web overlay for OBS. So I'm going to go create new. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a size that I like. So I'm going to create new. And then here are my size options. And this is actually the one I want to do. I want to do a web. I'm going to do a web size right here. 720 by 1280. That's the size that you would get on, and I'm going to call it Jacob Overlay. There you go, Jacob Overlay. Okay, that's the size that you would have if you were doing a YouTube image. All right, so now right here, we're going to fill this whole entire thing. We're going to go black this time. So I switch colors, and then I'm going to go with this paint bucket, fill. The whole thing's black. That's my first layer. Now I'm going to duplicate, I'm going to do a new layer. It's an empty layer here, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do over here is I have my marquee tool. And if you can see this, I can actually see my dimensions and everything like that. You see? I'm going to go all the way down to my height is about 720 or so. Yeah, height 720. Yep, that's good. And if I can just drag it all the way over to about 640, oh man, it's not bad. Almost there. I could have been a surgeon, you know that? Awesome. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. That's fine. That's pretty much good, okay? So now what I have here is I'm going to go ahead and I think what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and cut. I'm going to copy. Okay, I'm going to copy. I'm going to cut. Boom. You know what? I'm on the wrong selection. Okay, I was on layer 2. I'm going to cut from layer 1. Cut, boom. Okay, so now it's all gone. Everything that I highlighted is actually missing. So this is just a half. This is just a half, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another piece here where I'm going to take some space out because I'm going to make something for Jacob. So this is going to be for my buddy. Okay, cool. So that's his, right? Same layer 1, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out too. Edit, cut. So this is just, all it is a black box. And now I'm on that same layer, bro. I'm doing a lot on one layer. Okay, so now I'm going to add some text here. And we're going to go with a color that's going to be easy to see, but not white, because white's kind of annoying. Not for any specific reason. I just think I want it to be, yellow. That's pretty yellow. And they will all yellow. Okay, cool. And now we're going to make it say Chingadiculous. we're going to make it say Chingadiculous. And I don't want to misspell it, so we're going to type it in here. We're going to go to Twitter, and we're going to get his name. And I'm pretty goddamn sure how to spell it. C-H-I-N-G, Chinga. This is it right here. This is him. This is our main man. Follow him on Twitter, please, you guys. There we go. Got it. That's Chingadiculous. And now we're going to cut back over here. I'm on that layer. I'm editing. Boom, I got his name in there. Beautiful. This looks great. I'm going to move over here so I can actually move the text. And then there you go. See, it says Chingadiculous. That looks good to me. That looks pretty hood to me. Awesome. That's legit. So he's good to go. He's good to hoe. Yeah. So now we're just going to go ahead and yeah, he's good. Now I'm going to hit new layer. I'm going to hit new layer. Boom. Because what I want to do is I actually want to copy. If I can copy, oh man, that would be so good to duplicate that layer from the first layer and then paste it into the next layer. Nope, can't do that. It's not going to work. So he's going to have a box, and I don't have one. So I want to do one really quick for myself because I'm just like being sort of greedy. So I want to make a new box for myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go shape. Am I being, I'll leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone, dude. I'm actually doing okay. All right, we're just going to go File. Jacob Overlay. This needs to be a PNG right here. And we're going to hit Download. And then I'm going to drag this thing over to my desktop. There we go. I should be good to go. Okay, so that's how you make an overlay, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to show you how it all works here. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. Twitter suspended you? Hey, I see you, Jacob. Dude, Jacob, all you gotta do is hang tight, man. I'm not quite ready for you, but I'll be ready for you in just a second, dude. I'm gonna drop in your stuff, dude. Chris, you gotta tell me what happened to you, bro. But just hang tight, you guys. As I said. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close this out. Everybody who's watching, and let me just I'm gonna shrink that down, and let's get this girl out of here. Okay, and you guys are looking at a random screen, so I know that's boring for you. So let's transition that over here. And then let me get you guys the chat. Okay, cool. So you guys are good over there. Get weird. Get weird in that chat. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to set up the split screen for my buddy. And then we're going to go video capture device. Yeah, I'm going window capture. Video capture device. We're going Zoom meeting. That's not the right one. Nope. Okay. Oh, man. Oops, sorry. Oh, you know what? I'm missing one piece. Okay, hang tight. Hang tight. So, I got to get your image in there first. I made a mistake. Okay, I got to bring the image in, and I just did that from earlier. I made one. I'm going to create the new one, and then I'm going to hit OK, and I got to find it. And the image, I just made it, so it'll be under Recents. I know you can't see this stuff, guys. I know it's a little weird. And it should be right over here. It should be on my desktop. I actually got it. There's my overlay for my homeboy. Got it. Looks great. It looks great. It looks great. Okay, cool. Okay, that's good. And then the window capture. I got that. Stretch you out. Move you over a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. Almost there, guys. Thank you for being patient. Appreciate it so much. Okay, so that's good to go. And then the video capture device. Nope, it's the window capture. And then the window capture is... Have you entered the Zoom, Jacob? Let me see. Yeah. Hey, have you entered the Zoom, Jacob? You get an error on the link? Oh, okay, cool. Let me send you that link again. Copy URL. All right, let me send it to you one more time. Gotcha. All right, cool. We're going to hit reply. Try it again. Try that one again. Should be all right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah. Let me see what's going on there. May have to create a new link. Okay, I'll try to do a new link. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no, I see you there. I see you there, dude. Okay, try it one more time for me. Is that working for you? Hey, I see you, dude. Okay, that's great. Okay, you look good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you turn your mic on? Yeah, turn your mic on. I think you're almost there. Yeah, that was what Alan didn't have. He didn't have his mic on. And I think you're almost set to go, dude. You can't... Okay, gotcha. I can fix it. I can fix it. I just got one thing a little messed up here. Sorry. That might not be the right one. Gotcha. Okay, that's better. Okay, that should be better. Okay, you look good now. See, that's you. You see you? You can see you on the screen, right? All right, so now we just got to get your audio. And I'm thinking that your audio... Back to meeting. Yeah. Is your mic's on? Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? I know there's a delay. I know there's a delay. Yeah. Yeah? Can you hear me, dude? Yeah, dude. I can't hear your mic. I can't hear your mic. See if your mic is on in Zoom. This is so silly. This is so silly. I'm gonna call you really quick. Dude, where's your number? God, you're so far down here, man. There you go. I got you in here. This is why this is the best. This is the best thing of all time. Cam with chat. Yeah, dude. What's the so in your Zoom, it's got a thing where it just has mic. Can you just like hit your mic?
Yeah. I mean, like when I talk, it's my mic is my mic is working, dude.
Okay, so I'm not picking up your mic.
Yeah. I'm not hearing you at all. What about now?
I'm hearing you through my phone. I should be able to hear you. So let me just make sure that I'm pulling it in from the right spot. So I'm on split screen, and I'm doing a window capture. My video capture device is this. That doesn't matter. That's correct.
Okay.
Split overlay, main overlay, window capture. That's my window capture.
Okay.
That's my Zoom meeting.
That's your Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting I get the icon with my mic, and it's all like when I talk, I see the levels going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's telling me that it's capturing my audio. So I don't know if you on your end if you have your volume turned up.
Yeah, no, it's something I did wrong. I think I did something wrong right when I set it up.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did this yesterday and it worked. See, that was my one challenge. Let me see if there's anything I need to do. I'm gonna close that. If there's anything I can adjust with it in the chat, that doesn't mean anything. Audio, files, start request, meetings, contacts, calm. Okay, cool. What I want to do, God, I'll do it one more time because everything else is set up now. So I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna bring you back.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I miss you already.
Dude, this is so ridiculous. Got you. Yeah, it's good. I love all the audience is so patient. It's so ridiculous. Okay, cool. Let me close this thing out. All right. Boom. Boom. Here we go. Zoom. Quit. Okay, guys, I'm going to quit this meeting. I'm going to end the meeting. Okay, let's see this audio. Wait a second. Got it. Got it. Got it. And in meeting for all. Boom. Later. Okay. Go to here. Lock that out. And then I'm going to start a new Zoom meeting. Okay. Home. New meeting. Got it. Okay. Join with computer audio. Forgot how to do this, man. Fuck. Okay, cool. That should be good. I'm gonna copy this. All right, you guys are so cool for being here with me, man. I super appreciate it. Goddamn. Cancel. Highlight that. Set up a hyperlink. Yeah, you guys, this stuff it's not super hard, but if you get if you get certain things messed up, then it'll make it not work. And that's all. And it's really simple stuff. And if you can't think about it, if you can't figure it out like right off the top of your head, then you get in trouble. And it causes a lot of problems. Okay, cool. All right, so then I just sent that link, and then I'm all set. I'm going to launch Zoom. I'm going to open Zoom right here. Here we go. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go back to my meeting. And then computer audio is connected. Good. I'm not doing my video. I'm admitting my boy. He's coming in here right now. All right. Here we go to OBS. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah, I got you now. Okay, let me get your image in there now.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You just popped in. Oh, God, it works perfect now. You're in there. You see it?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a delay,
sure,
but I can hear you. That's the important thing.
Yeah, that's
all.
I should. Yeah, we're good. I'm just gonna turn my computer so it's comfortable for me as I chill.
Cool, man.
Dude, okay. My chair's weird. All right, so we finally got it. Finally got it. Okay, this is good. Thanks to you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We're rocking and rolling.
I'm watching myself friggin' chew on my mic. It's funny.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, fuck.
So we're here, man. Hey, Chris, if you're out there, dude, thank you so much for hanging tight, man. I really, really appreciate it. You rock and you roll and you rip and you ride. You're doing it. You're doing it. So
Dude,
lots of cool stuff, man.
Totally sucks what happened. It sounds like he got suspended for liking on your tweets.
What?
Yeah, that's what he's saying in the chat, man.
Okay.
He said he got suspended from Twitter. He said, I asked him, like, is this an indefinite suspension or just like a 30-day slap on the wrist? And he said something like he clicked on he clicked like on too many of your tweets, Tim.
Are you talking about like me? Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, dude, are you serious?
That's hard. I mean, that's bullshit, dude. I mean, it's not like, even if you dead name a trans person, it's not good. I'm gonna say it's not good for him. But should you be suspended from Twitter for that? I mean, unless it's like habitual. But just liking on someone's stuff, maybe it's,
right. That's weird.
I don't
man.
know if he's like he likes your. He might like your content.
Well,
but I think that's what it is people are trying to like. I think social media outlets are seeing that people are trying to crack the algorithm, if you may. But I don't know. I think that's hooey, if you ask me.
Okay, so Chris, you're actually in the chat right now. We're on YouTube, so we're not on Twitter. So we might be able to talk a little bit more candidly about this. And I'd really like to. Are you joking? Are you serious? He said he was serious in the chat, from what I can see here. Okay, I'll definitely. I need to write an email to Twitter because I wanted to know about their best practices from a voice. I didn't want to just have to talk, or have to get the information that I want from Twitter just through some sort of article that's already been published. Because, like, I had this feeling that there's shadow bans occurring, and I would love to have a conversation with somebody at the actual headquarters or something about that. Because I feel like some people that I know, they get to this certain number and they can't grow their Twitter following. And I want to know if that's true or not. And then I'd love to ask about what happened to Chris here, because Chris is one of the people that I've met Chris in real life. He's a nice guy, and I went hiking with him. He's cool. I consider him a friend. So when I put out a tweet, he likes my tweets. And some people have a practice of when they see a tweet and they've read a tweet, they will click like to acknowledge to the person who wrote the tweet that the tweet has actually been seen and read. And that's like one of his practices. It's not like he's the only person that does that. So it's kind of weird that they would do that to someone. Especially since I'm out there making tweets all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, like, literally, dude, if I wanted to, I could post a picture of myself defecating on another person's face with them wearing, like, a Red Lobster bib. And I don't think that would get me suspended from Twitter. Twitter is it's like anything goes for the most part. But they're having these instances where I think I think this is a lot of social media platforms in general. I think because people are, like I said, people are trying to like kind of finagle and crack the algorithms and whatnot. And so I think they are doing stuff like monitoring, oh, this person habitually likes this person's content. We think that it's not because they're a quote unquote true like user. They're thinking, oh, they're in cahoots with the creator of that content to drive up their likes so that they can fake the funk on the algorithm. It's bizarre.
So I'm going to go ahead and God, it says to not follow him on Twitter anymore. He just told me to not follow him on Twitter. You see that in the, you can't see the live chat. right
Yeah,
now?
I can see it.
You got another window open? Okay, great.
Yeah, I got my
Okay, so you see that's what Chris just said. So yeah, can you not follow me on Twitter now? I mean, let me ask you, Jacob. Is he telling me
Yeah.
to unfollow him now?
No, it's. I think he's saying like.
Is it impossible to follow him?
I think it's from what I'm reading his comment. He says you cannot follow me on Twitter now.
Right. Okay.
Meaning, like, if you were a new person, like, let me see. I'm gonna. So I think.
I could just I wish I could.
My Twitter is so bad. Like I just don't use it. You should probably stop telling people to follow me on Twitter because I have nothing on there.
Yeah. No, I got you, dude. I know.
When you had up, I'm like, wow, look at that, man. I'm following like 5 people, and I have like maybe 5 people following me. Oh, it's funny.
It's all good intentions.
I know.
I cannot find any of his stuff online.
Yeah.
It's
That's some Big Brother shit, man.
Am I spelling it wrong? No.
Which is, because I think Trump's going to sign some sort of executive order on social media. Because he got really butthurt a couple days ago because he tweeted something about mail-in voting and saying that it's going to lead to voter fraud and blah 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 blah. And I guess Twitter fact-checked it, and he got really upset with that. So he's gonna. I mean, the whole thing is it's a very funny fiasco. This whole, and I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna digress a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's hilarious because Kayleigh McEnany is his new she's his new press secretary, and she used to work for Fox News. She was like one of those fembot, good-looking hottie blondies that work for Fox News. And she's a press secretary, and she's saying like, yeah, mail-in voting is bad. It's just going to be voter fraud and corruption and blah 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 blah. And then she's from Florida, and I guess some newspaper out of Florida, they dug in and they got the Florida Register of Voters information, and they found that she's done like I think at the top of my head, I think it's around 10 or so times where she's done mail-in voting. But it's an absentee, so she's spinning it. She's like, it's absentee, it's different, but it's like then they're saying, well, yes, we call it absentee, but it's essentially you can define it as being a mail-in voter. So the whole thing's it's a funny fiasco, and now Trump is going to do some sort of executive order on social media. So I don't know if it's going to have any weight or any pull, but I'm not surprised hearing this. It sucks, Christopher. It sucks that this is happening to you, man.
Yeah, it's no fun. Let's
it
let me go ahead and pull it up, okay? I can say something for me, Jacob. I just want to make sure something didn't crash.
Yeah. No, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just switched the window. So, and you're on a delay, so you're gonna see everything a few seconds afterwards.
I see it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Chris's site. This is his page. So he has been suspended. Wow, dude, that's gangster. All right, that's legit.
Twitter suspends accounts which violate the Twitter rules.
Can I click on it?
It's probably hate speech, Chris.
Can we find out?
Hate speech. Oh my God! You probably did something. You probably said something that goes against the narrative.
Oh, dude, let's find
wokeness.
out. What are the rules? Okay.
Oh, dude, it's crazy, dude. I get suspended. I've been suspended. I've had 30-day suspensions from Facebook. I just got out of Facebook jail like a couple days ago, and this time it was for I was advocating in favor of having sexual relations with trans people, but I used the word tranny, and so that got flagged.
Oh.
And I got that. Before that, I got suspended twice for saying white trash in a comment.
Okay.
And okay, dude, when I get this on, I've gotten this when I think one time I wrote an Instagram. If you say they have certain words that are flagged with kind of like hate speech or something. So if you comment on something on Instagram and say like white trash, it will get flagged. It will get removed. I'm curious, and Tim, maybe this is something if you want to do an experiment on Instagram.
Wow.
try commenting on something with the N-word and see what happens.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, are they gonna? And also with Facebook, I don't know. Like, are they gonna have the audacity to say, "You, Tim, being a black man, being an Afro-American, you are not allowed to use the N-word"? I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a phenomenon that's happening, but it's very strange.
I use the N-word on Twitter sometimes. I use it on Twitter.
But, I mean, Twitter's different, but have you done it on different platforms?
I don't think I say it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I say it on Twitter, and I don't think I've done it on Facebook because I'm on it so rarely, and I can't recall doing it on Instagram. Although I may have done it in a video on Instagram, but I haven't done it. Yeah, I don't think I've done it the other way.
Yeah, and then TikTok, dude. I dabbled. I got sucked into TikTok this past weekend. I hate it. I don't like it. But TikTok is really they pull, dude. I was trying I was trying to put some stuff up, and a lot of my stuff got pulled out. And I guess I get it because the audience is younger, so I think they have a little bit tighter. But I've had friends that told me, like, yeah, I tried to do a TikTok dance video where I included a gun, and that got pulled.
Oh, yeah. Away. Yeah, you can't have, I saw that. You can't have a gun in a YouTube video either.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can have a gun if you're shooting a gun, like, in a, you can't, like, have a gun and then point it at this camera.
What if it's in your mouth?
You don't, no, you can't, like, dude, because remember I got in the, remember the Optimus Prime Galvatron issue I was having on Friday night? So that was happening to me, and so then I was like, let me go to camp. Let me get a tutorial. My freaking mustache is growing into my mouth these days. Sorry. So then so I'm going there, and I'm looking, and it's got all this stuff about handgun etiquette. So I learned some of that stuff. So what Chris is just saying that he's never had a problem on Facebook. And that
I think
the N-word.
I don't know. Part of it is I don't know how. Part of me wonders how, with these algorithms that social media is employing, like, how sophisticated are they? Are they very rudimentary? And I think with Facebook, I think it's like with me. I will respond to stuff and say white trash. And it's like, I think they just they scrape through and they see things and they flag words like white trash. And if you say it, it's going to get you, they're not going to be happy with it.
Ixnay on the height trash way.
Yeah. Which I think is, and I noticed, and maybe this is why I noticed, and it's mostly, with a lot of my friends on Facebook, when they post stuff, I have some friends that are very kind of like woke and whatnot, and they'll share things about, Black Lives Matter. And a lot of times I was seeing it spelled differently. Like white people, like instead of saying, like spelling it out, white, like WHITE space people, they would they would spell it out as WHIPPO. And part of me is like, maybe they're using that. I mean, it might just be kind of like saving time, but it's smart to say, like, I bet you if you typed out white trash, like WHYTE and then trash, maybe that's not going to get flagged and ban you.
Right. Yeah. No. That's a way that you might have to approach just to get your ideas out.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Let's go ahead. I want to kind of get into some little more political stuff here, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up over here, and so earlier today, about 2 hours ago, as a matter of fact, Denzel Washington interacted with the police because there was a distressed man, and he like intervened a little bit. So there's a video from over the weekend is making the rounds about George. Okay, in the clip, Denzel Washington comes to the aid of a man who was wandering in the middle of an L.A. street. Washington stays with the man as the police arrive, and the situation is resolved without conflict. So we got a lot of conflict happening in the
Yeah.
in America right now, man. It's just like it was not long ago. We're back to it again.
Yeah, and I mean, I have read varied reports on in LA. I mean, there has been. I think I read something where they were saying like there was a shooting of like an unarmed black man like in 2018 in LA.
Right.
Oh, hey, I don't. I think one thing. I think in LA, I think they may have. When I'm reading, they are having a better. They are taking a more proactive approach to conflict resolution and de-escalation methods, and maybe Minneapolis isn't that good with it. I don't know. It's super. This is such a. It's so. It's. I think the one thing I noticed is so fucking weird right now. God, and I hate talking about TikTok, and I hate using it. But God, it sucks you in. And I swear to God, yesterday, like the first video, I just put it on for like 5 minutes. The first video I see is this woman who's like, she's in a bikini. She's got a nice chest, 2 nice generous scoops of flesh on her, and she's doing like airbrushing on her chest.
Really?
But she's airbrushing the American flag, but it's all in black. And I'm like, oh, this is a thin blue line flag. This is Blue Lives Matter. And I'm just like, well, and I dug into it. And I was like, wow, she just posted this today. This is I'm like not the best timing for this.
Jesus.
It's kind of like this weird coded statement. I don't know. It was bizarre. All in all, it's just it's a hodgepodge. It's a mess, and I don't know.
We got some. I got some TikTok we can check out right here.
Okay, let's go on, dude. TikTok. You know, did you see that? Do you watch Tom Segura's podcast with his wife, Your Mom's House?
Do I watch it? I've seen it before. I don't watch it like probably as much as I probably should.
There was this one episode where Tom's wife kept pestering him about he needs to get on TikTok, and she's like, just throw some videos that she started watching. And so he had all these great videos of people with Down syndrome, and it was
Jesus, yes,
they were so fucking funny. And I'm like, how do I find those videos on TikTok? Because it's nothing but just like, you know, this really bad like like really bad music and people doing that stupid like kiss your best friend challenge. Oh, it's heinous. I just want to see nothing but Down syndrome people just screaming and yelling and just doing fun stuff. That would make me happy. I can't find that. I don't know if I want to spend a lot of time going down that TikTok well.
Did you see the flip the switch challenge?
Flip the switch? Is that when people like it's like a couple?
Yep. I think it's a Drake song, and they'll have like 2 people, like a man and a woman, and they'll be like in a bathroom, and then they're doing the selfie in the mirror, and then like she'll be like twerking on him, and then they'll flip the switch, and then like I think the light switch goes black, and then it comes back on again, and then they're having sex.
Yeah.
So there's all these porn couples are doing it.
Corny.
It's like it's corny in the most sexy way. All right, here's something on TikTok. My brother sent me this. So like, he's been sending me some of this dude's stuff, and I haven't watched any of it. So this is my older brother too. So I don't even know what this is going to be like. If it's boring, I'll turn it off in a hot second.
Throw it up, dude. Throw it up.
Let's check. Let's see what it is. I have no idea, right?
We're launching shops on Instagram.
I can't see it, by the way. I just see, okay, there it is.
You definitely don't need directly on the app. Hold up, wait, what's going on? Come on, man, you heard what I said. We're going to let people shop directly on Instagram. There's even going to be a dedicated shopping button in the navigation bar. Hey, man, selling shit on the internet's kind of our thing. Yeah.
I like how he's not shaving his chest hair.
We're going to take a cut from every single sale on Instagram. So we're going to make a fuck ton of money. You copycatting motherfuckers are at it again. This is going to hurt our market share. Bro, you account for more than 40% of all online sales, so stop being so fucking salty. Plus, everyone thinks you're a monopoly anyway. You should want some competition so the government doesn't come after your ass. Fuck competition. I hope TikTok takes all your users and Instagram fucking dies.
Okay, that was Zayad Admani at Admani_explains. So that's the love for that guy, man. I'm just so that's That's some TikTok right there. That's some social commentary. I think it's kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah, well, there could be some decent social commentary on there, but I think it's just polluted with just trash.
It's a lot of teenagers
Like,
and stuff, right?
yeah.
Okay, what do you think? Is it better than? It's got to be better than. Is it better than Vine?
You know, I never really understood what Vine was.
7
So
seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
7 seconds.
I don't know. There's a lot of garbage. So I had. Sometimes I like doing this on both Instagram and TikTok. And yesterday I had a good one. It was this video of a woman that's in the army, and she gets off the air. She's at the air. It's like the arrivals gate, you know, where you go through the airport and you go into where the baggage is, and they show her running. She's in her army camo or fatigues. I don't know what the heck army calls it.
Yeah, BDUs.
I think they call it BDUs.
Yeah,
BDUs. She's in her
yeah.
BDUs, and she's running. She's like, "Hey!" And like she jumps into her like a woman's arms. I think it's her mother. It might be her lover. I'm not sure. I didn't know the context of it. And she's crying, and there's people there, and it's just very. And they got this like horrible. I hate military reunification videos. They drive me nuts. And This is really bad. And then I decided, I want to read the comments, because a lot of times you get a lot of people that are in the military. They'll comment and they'll just talk mad shit. And I'm like, I want to see what kind of shit is being talked, because this looks pretty bad. And people are just talking mad shit like, wow, she was away for like 3 months for boot camp and basic training. This is pretty pathetic. And people are like, people are defending her and like, don't tell her how to feel. It was really funny. And I was like, I'm like, I kind of want to comment, but I have to do something different. And so I went with the hyper woke on this. And I think I wrote, a Muslim woman wearing a hijab would have been tased and had her larynx ripped out by a TSA dog. Perfect example of white privilege. Hashtag stay woke.
That's so gangster. That's Tim Dillon all day, dude. You're a protege. You're the protege.
Oh yeah, I love commenting like that. Just that's my thing. Is like, if I'm gonna comment on something, I don't just want to make it the same. It's got to be something totally just far out and absurd.
That was you got a big splash there, man. Okay, yeah, I got a fight. Okay, I'm sorry. I got a fictional fight for you.
Okay.
Fictional fight, all right? This is it. And I want to know who you're going to go for. And this fictional fight can't happen, okay? All right, so here it comes. It's coming up on the screen in now.
Fictional fight?
Fictional UFC fight at catchweight. It's Ted Bundy versus Al Bundy.
Oh, man, that's...
Who do you got?
I mean, Al Bundy, he's a Polk High School legend.
Oh, God, yeah. 4 touchdowns in a single game.
Yeah, I mean, he's working in the trenches, at the shoe store.
You want another height and weight?
You got Ted. Ted, he does. I don't think he has the athletic resume that Al Bundy has, but I think he's a bit of a strategist.
They said that his IQ... They said Ted Bundy's IQ was 146.
So I think I
think that's right. I could pull that shit up.
Yeah, dude. I think that's gonna be. Oh man, Bundy v. Bundy.
Bundy v. Bundy, dude. I think it's a good fight, right?
Yeah. I guess it depends. I think it depends on how serious Al takes his training.
Okay, so they're both 6 foot. They're both 6 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, now Ted Bundy walks around about $165. Al Bundy, what I'm looking at is I think he'd probably walk around. This is the young Al Bundy here, right? You can see him choking this guy at a bar. He's walking around at about a. I'm thinking he's like close to like a 185. 185, 200 pounds maybe.
What's the weight?
I was thinking 175. I was thinking meet at 175. Let Ted get a little big and let Al get a little thin.
Okay, so how's the weight cut going to affect Al? Really?
I think he's going to be fast.
How is he? Does he have like what's his camp like? You know, who are the people that are in his camp? Are these just like a bunch of fair weather fans that are just going to ride on his fame, on his Polk High School legendary fame? Are these people that really understand the discipline and are going to give him solid advice and talk to him about the science of weight cutting? I don't think those are things I really have to consider. I don't know how. I personally think I don't think Al's going to take that weight cut too well. He likes his beer. He doesn't. He's not a light beer drinker. He's not one of these fucking. He's not one of these fucking wimps that's just like Michelob Ultra.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna be drinking Miller High Lifes. Those are that. I mean, that's. Is he going to be disciplined enough to stay off that for an entire camp?
Well, I can show you. This is a nice little picture of him right here. Hold on, you're probably going to appreciate this one. Yeah, let's take a look at that one right there. So he's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now. Can I use it retroactively? Can I switch it retroactively? Because like he does have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt now. Can I insert this version of Ed O'Neill into the
sure, yeah. I mean it makes sense. I mean, come on. Like I said, he's a Polk High School legend. It would make sense that he would eventually become a black belt in BJJ.
Right, he'd have to, So I don't know. That was just like
it's a good fight, but like I said, I think the weight cut is going to be tricky, and I think Ted he's gonna be a strategist, dude.
He's gonna have a nice game plan. He'll probably be able to stick to it.
Yeah,
choke him out.
Definitely. I mean, maybe somewhere in the contract he'll have something written up where there's like a bush that he comes out with like a tire iron and like clubs him over the head or something.
Oh,
I don't. Yeah.
Did you?
Good fight though. Good fight. I liked it. That's
fun. Scenario. Was that fun for you?
Yeah. Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
Dude, did you hear about the guys in Florida? The kids in Florida that were breaking into the women's locker rooms dressed up as women. I gotta get you these pictures, dude.
Is this at a gym? Where's this at a gym or?
Yeah, they were breaking into LA Fitnesses and they were breaking into like LA Fitness and also fudge. Where's the pics, dude? I have like 5 of them for you. Oh, I got them. Yes. Pulling them up, bro. Okay, so so what they do is these are the guys. Oh man, you're gonna love this. Okay, so these are two. You can see it, right? So here are the 2 fellas. So they're breaking into the locker room. They're going into the locker room dressed as women. One stands by the door of the locker room, and then the other one goes and opens up all the the lockers that don't have locks on them that are
they're stealing shit, right?
Yeah, they're finding their keys. Okay. And then they're running out of the locker room, and then they're clicking on all the different cars, and then when they get a beep beep, then they steal the freaking car.
Okay. I think in my head, I think the word like this is me putting on my serious side. I think while this is funny, I think that this is going to be something that people are going to rationalize why this is going to feed into the logic of this is why you don't allow trans people into women's, you allow trans people into, if you have a trans woman, they're going to say, this is why you don't allow trans women to use the women's restroom or the women's locker rooms.
I mean, how bad is this, though? Is this a good disguise, just from a criminal standpoint?
Let's see.
Can you see it? Is that good? That looks pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Look at this haircut. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, you could probably get some tips. I think it would have been better if you kept the mustache.
Okay, so this is what was going on there, man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm not.
Dude,
I'm not surprised, man. And it's I guess it's one of those things. That's why when you go to the gym, you lock your shit up.
Yeah,
because you never know. You never know. It's you've seen the Stanley Kubrick classics, Full Metal Jacket, right?
I have.
Yeah, remember when Pyle leaves his foot locker unlocked?
What did they
And
do?
then,
No.
and then drill instructors, Staff Sergeant Hartman goes up there and says, it's fucking idiots like you, assholes like you that don't lock your foot lockers. That's why we have thievery.
Oh,
And
because
then
if
he dumps
everybody
out his foot
locked
locker
it.
and he finds a jelly donut. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh no! And then he makes him eat
it's a
it.
jelly donut, sir. He's like, "A fucking jelly donut."
Oh, fucking jelly donut! I can't do the impression.
Yeah.
If I heard it, I could do it. God damn it! Oh, did you?
Are you allowed to eat jelly donuts, Private Pile? Sir, no, sir. And why? Because
of my weight, sir.
No, he says because I'm too fat, sir. I think he says because I'm too big, sir. He's like, because you're a disgusting fat body.
Oh no!
I love it because that's what they call when I was at boot camp. They called me a fat body. Like, fat bodies.
A fat body.
Yeah.
A fat body.
You fat piece of shit.
Oh, Jesus.
And they would make you. It was great because when you do PT, you'd have these like these green nut hugger shorts, and then you just wear your green T-shirt, your green skivvy shirt, and you would have in boot camp on your green skivvy shirt, you would have in stencil with boot polish, you'd put in the number of your platoon. Okay. Now, if you were a fat fuck, if you're a fat body, they give you a red magic marker, a red permanent marker, and you put underneath it, you put this big block of red, like a big red block underneath it, on the front and the back, underneath your platoon numbers, to signify that you're a fat fuck.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, it was great, dude. Like when you go through like on your when I was at and they still have when I went to boot camp in 2002, okay, and they had introduced these new Marine Corps camis that were different. They were the digis, and they had a pocket on the shoulder. They had a pocket right here on the shoulder
for your SIGs,
and yeah, and they give you this tag that you put on the pocket, and it would click. It would stick to the button, and essentially it would either say double rat. So for the recruits that were too skinny, that were really thin, they would call them double rats, i.e. double rations.
Right.
So when they go through the line of chow, they would say, "Hey, I need a chicken double ration," and they'd show their tag, and they'd be like, "Okay, this person, And if you're a diet recruit, they would see that, and so they couldn't tack onto your plate, and also would allow the drill instructors to see that you're a fat fuck. And that way, they'd be like, "Do you really need to eat that fucking? Do you have that fucking piece of bread, you fat piece of shit?" It was beautiful. It was such a. I mean, it was so.
I mean, it's a system.
Oh yeah, it's a thing of beauty. Gotcha. And just the humiliation and like the fucking the words that they call you. It's magical.
There's this thing where they say that shame and humiliation will make people change. And that a lot of times people will not change if they're not shamed, if it's because it's just accepted. So I'm not saying that I think it's cool to call people names and shit, but I'm not saying that it doesn't work either. Because that's what my dad did. I used to be chubby when I was little, and my parents would they would duct tape the refrigerator shut, and they took pictures of me in Polaroids and they taped them to the refrigerator and they duct taped it shut. And I couldn't get into it. And when I would, you know what I'd do? I'd take that block of cheddar cheese and I'd bite into it. And they'd be like, "Is there a mouse stealing the cheese?"
Oh, that's funny.
So
I used to.
I was husky.
Oh man, I remember what I would do is I hated eating my vegetables when I was a kid, and so what I would do is I would just kind of put off eating my corn and eating like my carrots. And then I would and then I would take my napkin and I would put it over top of my corn or my carrots and then wrap it in there, have it in my fist, and then excuse myself to go to the bathroom and flush them down the toilet.
Oh.
But then eventually, like the corn would always flush through, but sometimes the carrot sticks, they would get clogged and then, and I'd have my mom might use the bathroom and then she's clogged and she unclogs the toilet.
No.
And then you get the backfill of carrots and she's like, She's like, Jacob Thomas Rosales. She used to always call me by, whenever she was mad at me, my mother would always yell at me using my full name,
Jesus.
you know, and my first name, my middle name, and my last name. And I come in there and she's like, are you having a hard time digesting? And she would say things very sarcastically. Are you having a hard time digesting your carrots?
They came up on I mean, that's exactly what you'd say.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so obvious
She's
that
good.
I just flushed a whole carrot, like a bunch of whole carrots and baby cut carrots down the toilet. Oh, so fun.
What a bad boy.
God, yeah.
Are you following the SpaceX NASA launch stuff?
Well, it got canceled yesterday because of poor weather, right?
I think was this in Cape Canaveral? Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah. I think it was cloudy and it wasn't clear, so they canceled it. And I think it's going to be launched on Saturday.
Yeah, the 30th, right?
Yeah.
So I grew
maybe
up.
They're going to try to fuck with the UFC viewership.
Dude, I hope not. I grew up for a few years. I lived in Patrick Air Force Base, which is the Air Force Base right near Cape Canaveral, just down the road, just down US 1. And it's in Brevard County. Fun fact about Brevard County's area code. Guess what it is?
I have no idea.
3, 2, 1. That's the area code.
Area code 32100 or something like. Oh.
No, area code. Area code.
Oh, for phone.
Yeah,
that's cool, dude.
So it's like 3, 2, 1, blast off.
That's dope. I like that.
It's chill, right? It's pretty chill, and like all the high schools are like astronaut high and chill. Jupiter High School.
Did I tell you about Midland, Michigan, and the floods?
Oh shit! Well, let me pop this picture up for you real quick so you can see.
Okay.
Here's the picture. Can you read it? I want to see what you say.
Okay. When NASA finally gives you a date, then reschedules hours before launch.
And that's just the sad panda.
What a tease! What a tease!
Because you're gonna get like you're like, oh, I got this date with this chick, and then you're at like the fucking coffee shop. You're at the tea and coffee bean leaf, whatever. And then she calls you like 20 minutes before. Hey, I'm gonna be an hour late. You're like, I hate you. You don't value my time. You stinky, yeasty wench. You're a ghastly gal. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead with the Michigan stuff.
Okay, so because you were talking about how like the high school there was called the Astronauts, and it's always interesting how like you get these high schools that will give their mascots kind of names that are kind of very relevant and quirky based off of what's local economics or just
the lore
industry, business in town.
Yeah.
So I grew up. I spent a large portion of my adolescence in Midland, Michigan, which is where they had the massive floods in Midland. And the big thing with Midland is that is the world headquarters for the Dow Chemical Company. Ziploc bags, scrubbing bubbles. I don't think they own those anymore. I think they sold them off. But so there's a lot of chemical stuff. Making chemicals and all this kind of crap. And so, of course, the mascot for Midland High School, the Chemics, the Midland High School Chemics. And it's just the symbol is just like an atom. It's very bizarre.
Jeez, it's like the Shelbyville Isotopes.
Exactly. Boom. Yeah. And you have like you have schools down in Detroit. So, for example, in Dearborn, Michigan, you have the Dearborn Fordson Tractors.
Really? Fords and tractors.
Dearborn Fordson Tractors. I think there's a Dearborn Edsel High School, which is Edsel. Some people might say it's the car, which was a fucking dumpster fire. But I think it was named more after one of Henry Ford's sons named Edsel.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that Edsall?
Edsel. Edsel. Look up like Edsel Ford.
Because there's an Edsel Road over here, and I was just wondering why.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It's like they don't, but they're not like named like the mufflers, and it's just like an exhaust pipe.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not
nothing,
familiar.
Nothing
I'm not super familiar with all the Detroit. I just know some of the schools have some very kind of random names. Like
Right.
I like the fact they're called the Tractors.
That's not a bad name though, like a tractor. Like if you're from Iowa and your team was like, and your mascot was like the tractors or the combines or something like that, that might be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be
Like the
dope,
Huskers,
dude.
like there's the Huskers. That's
Yeah, Nebraska Cornhuskers.
nobody's hating on that though, for real. You know what I mean?
I think they should update the mascot for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. He should have a fat lip. He should have a big dip at tobacco.
That'd be cool. That's a good spit noise right there, like that. Just that, like,
yeah, man.
Oh, dude, God, I got so much weird shit that I've been like saving up for these kind of live streams. I want to see if I can just run through what else I got for you. I should have some more crazy stuff. My brother sends me a lot. I've actually run through and gotten so much crap out of there. Look at this. I think you'll appreciate this. This is when you know how people can do this like artwork using just text and stuff in like a tweet, for example. So look at this one. I don't know if you can see that well. Here it comes. It's Are you seeing that?
I bet you thought losing image hosting would stop my blitz of great content. Wrong again, demon crap Nazis.
Right.
And this is what? That's just use of different characters?
Right, I think so, right? It's just like
well, I mean, obviously there's a skull and crossbone emoji that they threw in there.
That's like the tank gunner, right? For sure.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I don't know how they pulled this off, but like these are brackets, right? Open, close bracket.
Yeah, the or forward slash.
And I know these are something. Yeah, I don't know how they just get these blank. This is pretty cool though. This is pretty cool. Like if I was teaching art, I would make that like an art assignment. Like I'd be like, we're gonna make designs using this, you know, maybe work some stuff out with graph paper. I like how they said demon crap Nazis, like Democrat Nazis, kind of. This is from Gab, so like these kind of guys. What else is going on out there? You know that the Nats won the World Series, which is cool because I'm living in DC and all that good stuff. And this was one of the things that we got inside of our ring. So they unveiled the World Series ring, and one of the players' songs when he walked up to bat was Baby Shark. So you can see right here, they put the baby shark holding the trophy inside of the ring.
Huh.
Right, that's pretty legit. Baby shark.
That's a good homage.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not a fan of that, so
Of the what? What exactly?
The Baby Shark song.
Of course not. There's no reason why you'd like that.
No. I have a real reason to not like it, dude.
Why?
I don't think I ever told you this. I when I was living in DC, I hooked up with a single mom, and she had some little ones, and this one time I was going down on her, and I probably was down there for about 45 minutes.
Whoa!
And I could tell she started losing interest when she started singing the Baby Shark song.
What?
As I was face first.
How rude!
I know. So I mean, in retrospect, it's funny. It's funny, but I'm kind of like whenever I hear the song Baby Shark, I'm like,
Yikes.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm eager. I'm like, you know, I got this beard, so it's like she wasn't shaved, and that's not a requirement. Like I don't care if a woman I'm at a point in my life where if a woman isn't shaved, that's fine. I don't care. I will still go down there. I have a beard. It's just there's just hair there anyway, so it's like whatever. You know, I'm used to just like, you know, occasionally I have to like spit out beard hair. So it's like if there's pubic hair and not spit out, it's not a big deal. But yeah, that was pretty. But I mean, it's one of those things, and maybe this is a karma thing because I've when I was younger, I remember, you know, having sex and orgasming first, and then afterwards having the request for oral after I had my orgasm, and then going down, and then after about like 10 minutes of like, servicing, falling asleep, because the first thing that you want to do is take a nap when you're done, right?
Yeah, it's right up there.
Yeah, and so it's like I've had the unfortunate pleasure of like falling asleep while going down. And so maybe that was just like a karma thing where it's kind of like that's what you get for being a dumb fuck kid when you were younger. And now it's like you're hooking up with single moms and stuff, and maybe she's not, just for whatever reason, she's lost interest and she started singing the Baby Shark song.
It's better than like, it's kind of like what they do when you're at the Oscars and they're playing you off stage, like for your award speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like Jeopardy where it's like do. It's not that. It's like you're done. Get out of here, kind of. But my question is this about, I want to go into the karma and then I want to go back into the cunnilingus. So like the idea of karma. Now I've been listening to like a lot of Alan Watts lately. Do you think that the karma is something that is the karma you're experiencing now is from a past life, or is the karma that you experience in this life from events that you've done in this life only? This is the fun shit. This is the fun shit here.
Yeah, I think I would say I'm not. I don't really believe in the like past lives thing. So I look at it as more of, and to be honest, I'm not a huge proponent of karma, but sometimes it's like, comes around, goes around type stuff.
Right, that's a quantum physics thing.
Or you can kind of call it karma, but
right?
I'm not. I feel more like it's like I have these karmatic episodes. I don't even know if that's a word.
Karmic.
Karmatic. I just made it up.
Yeah, karmic.
Yeah, karmic episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not one to really go in and say like this. What did I do in a past life? Did I own in old Western times? Did I live in some town where there was like prospectors looking for gold and silver? Did I run the billiard hall? And was I a mean brothel owner? I don't know. Maybe I was, or maybe I was just some.
Did you water down the whiskey at the saloon, Jacob? Is that what you did?
Possibly. I don't know. I like to think of myself as like a rough and tough old son of a bitch. Working the land, wrangling cattle. Possibly, or who knows, man? Maybe I was just a town drunk that fell asleep every day next to the pig's trough. It's too hard to tell. So I don't delve too much into like this whole notion of like past lives.
Right. I was just I wanted to see like what people thought about those things, because I thought that was an interesting question about.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. So what do you think? Like, so okay, let's just throw out the hypothetical. You had a past life. Like, what is Tim Trueheart's past life in the 1920s? It's your past life. It's the 1920s. Okay. What do you think you were doing?
Okay,
what was life like for you back in the Roaring '20s, Tim?
That's a really good question, and I can actually tell you that I've met a past life, an Akashic record reader. If you're familiar with the Akashic records, are you familiar with this?
I have no idea, but I'm not shocked that you have.
So there's these. Let's call them a psychic, right? So these people, they have the ability to tap into the collective unconscious. That's like Jungian philosophy, right? So let's say that this thing exists, like every single thought that's ever been thought, every single feeling that's ever been felt, right? So you would have those exist in the collective unconscious. Now there's another idea that you've lived many lives. But when you leave Earth, when you die, you become like a spirit because you're a spiritual being, and then you come back to Earth. And when you're up in like the other place, right? You go, hey man, I'd really like to go back on this ride, the ride of life. And they're like, dude, man, you're gonna forget all the cool shit up here, bro. We got a freaking chocolate fountain, dude. Come on. And you're like, no. I think it's gonna be cool. I want to be a black guy this time. I think I can do it right. And they're like, it doesn't work out for black people if you leave that patch of grass. You're the one with all the sand and shit, and the animals that want to kill you. The poisonous ones. Every time you leave that patch of grass, when you're a black guy, it never turns out right. And it's not even that good there. So why don't you do this fucking black guy thing again, Tim? And you're not even going to remember all the cool shit. And I go, no, I want to fucking try it. So anyways, there's these people, and they can read your past lives. So I've met one of these guys, and I paid him $50. Maybe it was $30, something like that. And I did a past record thing. So for me, I was, and this is the thing, I have been sexually damaged in my past lives.
Okay.
I was a woman who had my clit removed.
Oh dear.
In Africa. I was a guard of a queen in Europe who had my balls taken away because I was guarding the queen. Those are two instances. I was a slave that had been raped by my slave master in the past. I was a woman twice, at least. So I'm always a lower class person who has been sexually diminished.
Yeah.
So these are the things. So in the 1920s, I'd imagine I'd be a flapper gal. I'd probably have no tits, and I'd probably still be trying to flatten them out.
Would you be a white flapper gal, a black flapper gal?
I'd like to be a Dorothy Dandridge.
Would you say again?
I'd like to be a Dorothy Dandridge, but it just doesn't seem so.
Okay.
You know who Dorothy Dandridge is?
The name sounds familiar.
Halle Berry played her in an HBO original movie back in like the early 2000s.
Okay, cool.
Like a Josephine Baker, if you've heard
Josephine Baker, yeah, that wasn't there was a Josephine Baker story on HBO back in the 90s.
Similar kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, who played her?
I think it was I know who it was, but I don't know her name. But she was in The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I think that was her. Yeah, I think it's the same lady. I could probably pull her up. Yeah.
Okay. So you think so? If you had a choice and you were a flapper girl in the 20s, you'd be a black woman flapper dancing. Would you be in Harlem? Would you be in like the
Harlem Renaissance kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I would just be in some Southern honky tonk kind of thing. I'm not sure. Okay, I found the lady. It's Lynn Whitfield is who plays her in the movie. Yeah. Oh man, that shit looks good. That woman's pretty. That woman is like one of those sneaky hot women. Like, yeah, I could pull her up. She's yeah.
I think if I had my perfect scenario of like, and I know nothing about karma and past lives, but if I could live a life in the 20s, I want to be a famous jazz stride piano player, or just being in a jazz band, maybe playing alongside Fats Waller or Willie the Lion Smith or Jelly Roll Morton.
Ooh. Yeah. No, absolutely. Like, I know about Fats Waller and then the Screaming Wolf. Like, there's somebody like that. This is that lady right there, right? Before Madonna, before Marilyn, there was the Josephine Baker.
Yeah, I enjoyed that film a lot.
Yeah.
I think I was probably like 12 or 13 when that came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was fun. She had the banana costume. Hot.
Is
just fun.
Oh yeah, this is the kind of black woman that most like So this is what happens. The white man says, "I'd like to taste a chocolate gal."
No.
Just once, I'd like to taste. And then this is what they want.
Oh my gosh!
They want. Oh. That's what they want. They want a black woman that looks like that. Oh yeah. I would just and all my life I just wanted, So that's
dude. Oh my gosh! Dude. You wanna read some weird shit. Memoirs of like old white dudes and their experiences in the 20s. Like, there's this one, my ex, her father was adopted, and I guess he came from his biological family. They were the father was the grandfather was like a renowned physician from Britain.
Oh,
and he wrote a couple of memoirs, And like his first one he wrote about like his first trip to the United States. It was like 1920, and he's in New York City, and he has a cab take him to Harlem. He's like, and just the words that he's using, it's just like this is, and he's like describing going to like a bar and a nightclub in Harlem, and describing the black people dancing, and it's just like, it's like, this is, it's like funny, but it's very bizarre. I'll share. I'll show you that. I'll find it. I'll share that chapter.
Do you remember the movie School Ties with Brendan Fraser? It was like Brendan Fraser when he first came out, before like any of the George of the Jungle shit.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah, it's Brendan. I think it's Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Brendan Fraser.
Isn't he Jewish?
He's Jewish in the movie, and they're having a dance, and then they get the other girls. It's not a reform school. It's like an etiquette kind of school. Like, it's a preparatory school. They're both prep schools. So then they're doing the thing, and then he can dance, and then they go, he dances like a nigger. And then like, I think later in the movie, they find out he's Jewish, and they're like kicking his ass, and they go, no wonder he can dance. He's Jewish. He's almost a nigger.
Well, I mean, so here's the weird thing, dude. Back in like the 20s, there's this great documentary. It's called Race: The Power of an Illusion.
Oh no.
It's by California Newsreel. They always pump out really. It's very like high level. It's heavy thinking. It's like a document. It's like what documentaries should be. You have some documentaries, like you have Tiger King. That's not a documentary. That's just trash. But then you have like real documentaries. And this film is called Race: The Power of an Illusion. And essentially it kind of goes over this whole concept of race. This notion that race is a social construct. And it's something that's, they talk kind of like the history of race. And then they talk about race in kind of like a more nuanced, contemporary manner, kind of post Jim Crow. And anyways, they have this one section where they talk about the scientific racism that kind of like led the eugenics movement, and how they would come up with all this like really stupid logic about stuff. And they said like around like the 1920s or the 1930s, there used to be a lot of Jews playing basketball.
Right. Yeah.
And they said something like, you guys think Tiger King was actually real people? I just don't know. Sorry, I'm reading philosophical shit to ask about Tiger King question. I haven't watched it. I know it's a controversial statement, but
they're real people. That guy's in jail. That guy's in jail right now, and the other one is being investigated.
Well, I do know that there's a lot of stuff with regards to like cruelty to animal and stuff. It's kind of weird, like that stuff. Sorry. Anyways, I wanted to finish with this talking on the subject of Jews and basketball back in like the 20s and 30s.
Of course.
And the rationale behind why there were so many Jewish people is like people would say they're naturally shifty.
Oh, so they're like agile on the court and shit, like throwing behind the back passes and stuff.
But I mean, so it's in a nutshell, that film, they're like kind of saying like, no wonder he could dance. He's Jewish. Maybe that was like, I think back in that era, people would come up with these really stupid. You read stuff about Mexicans working, like kind of like you would get people that would say stuff about Mexicans and why they should work in the fields is because they're shorter people and they're just genetically more fit to do like
they're closer to the ground.
And all that kind of silly stuff, just nonsense.
That's what Rogan would say about Sicilians. He'd say we have like really wide, flat feet and flat backs and like wide hands to make bricks and shit. Like he was saying stuff like that. That's terrible. So oh god, there's so much stuff like that. Like remember there was a sketch on Key and Peele where it was called Das Negros, and there were the two black Negroes. There was two Negroes that somehow were in the middle of Germany during 1940s, and they were trying to hide. And then Colonel Westmuller, Hans Westmuller, came to a house and he's like, "We think there are some Negroes here. Do you mind if we search your home?" And they go, "No, not at all." But they're like wearing whiteface, and it's them. And then he's like, "Do you mind if I measure your head? You know, the Negro head only comes in the half sizes." So you're just like, what are you guys doing? They go, nope, no black people around here. Ew. They're saying shit like, I don't even like black people. You bring me a black person, I want to be like, blah, you know. Okay, so Joe Exotic. We got to look up Joe Exotic real quick because I hear some shite. Here's some shite from the freaking peanut gallery. So let's go.
I think Tiger King is just a trap. I mean, it's one of the. I think personally, this is just me thinking about.
This is the guy, right?
I think people are addicted to kind of like this weird dysfunctional junk.
This is okay. So here we go. In 2019, Maldonado Passage was convicted of 17 federal charges. He was convicted of 17 federal charges of animal abuse. Dude, he was talking about trying to kill the chick. He was trying to kill the bitch, the Baskin chick. So then he's serving a 22-year sentence. He's serving a 22-year sentence in federal prison.
Wow.
Oh, dude. Because he kept killing her in effigy and shit. Did you see it? Have you seen the show?
I haven't watched it. I have zero interest.
Dude, he kept killing her in effigy in the fucking show. He got like puppets and he like shoot him with like assault rifles and shit. Because he's he walks around with a gun. It's open carry in Oklahoma. Yeah. So like he would get pissed off at people and he'd have a gun on his hip the whole time and he would have a cane in his other hand because one of his legs was bad. Okay. And he was gay. There's so many layers to it.
And according to philosophical shit in the chat, he's trying to get Trump to pardon him.
Oh, dude.
He said no.
Right. Yeah, Trump is definitely not going to pardon Joe Exotic. He said no. Yeah, I have a lag on mine. I can't even see what's coming up. So then, you know who did get pardoned? There was this, have you seen the HBO series Leavenworth?
No, I haven't.
That was really good. There was this guy. He was a I believe he was an ROTC officer, and they were in Afghanistan, and he ended up ordering some of his guys to, take down some insurgents, and they were connected. They were in fact connected to the Taliban, but the way that it seems is that if you go to one of these villages, that if you think about the degrees of separation, every single person is literally connected to the Taliban because somebody knows somebody who knows somebody, right? So it's well, you're connected to them because you know a guy that talked to a guy. Uh-huh. So anyway,
what do you think their degrees?
It's like one.
What is it? 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of separation. You know everyone on Earth by 6 degrees, but it's actually more like 4.
What if you take that on the Kevin Bacon scale? Like how close are they to Kevin Bacon?
They're so close. They're like 2 degrees. 2.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured a lot of people in the tribal areas of Afghanistan, they probably have a very close connection to Kevin Bacon somehow. I'm thinking it's probably a Footloose related connection.
Yes. So it's like this. Kevin Bacon is the guy from, what is it called? Is it Crazy Stupid Love? Okay, Kevin Bacon. Do you know the movie?
Footloose.
Oh shit, he's Footloose. He's Footloose.
He's Footloose. Yeah.
He plays a guy named David Lindhagen, and he has sex with Julianne Moore, and Julianne Moore plays Stephen Colbert's wife in this movie. Do you know that movie where she cheats on Steve Carell. Julianne Moore cheats on Steve Carell in the movie, and and he jumps out of the car while it's driving. He jumps out of the moving car, and then she leaves him. He leaves the house, and then Ryan Gosling teaches him how to get his mojo. Do you know this movie?
I've never heard of it.
So Julianne Moore cheated on Steve Carell, and the dude was Kevin Bacon. That was the dude who fucked her, right? So then Steve Carell's at this bar, and he goes, "My wife was going down on David Lindhagen." David Lindhagen! And it's fucking funny. But, Kevin Bacon's really good in the show. It's called City on the Hill. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's so good. Kevin Bacon is, he's a great villain. He's actually one of the best. Like he's like underrated as a villain. I think there's like 3 different shows where he's the evil son of a bitch.
Yeah,
And
he was in the Invisible. I think the late '90s, the Invisible Man. He did a really good job of being like just kind of turning into evil.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
dude.
Philosophical shit is dropping.
Yo, we got it. What's
What's
philosophical shit saying? What's philosophical?
He's saying Kevin Bacon tours as a musician now. LOL.
He's talented. That's a he. Well, he can dance.
Philosophical shit, man. Just the Kevin Bacon knowledge. I'm impressed. I don't know what is his degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. Wow.
Wait, was he in a movie called 7 Degrees of Separation?
No. There's that 6 degrees of separation.
The concept.
Yeah, the concept is like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
And so you name like an actor, and you try to figure out how close they're like.
God, dude. Okay, I feel like I've heard about that. Okay, so then
yeah.
Because that reminds me of like being John Malkovich or something like that. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Conceptually.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well,
let's going back to the chat. We got some.
Yeah, let's go to the chat, man. I'm sorry.
Giving us some love here. He says, "Did you guys see the Jeffrey Epstein 4-part documentary that came out last night?"
I heard about it.
I haven't. I heard about it. I have not watched it. I'll probably give that a whirl. I don't know. Is this? I guess my question to philosophical shit. If you're still on, bro. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say bro. I shouldn't just assume gender.
Say yo.
I'm trying to be more woke. Them.
Or just yo shit. Yo shit. Yo shit.
Hello shit. I'm curious about this. If you've seen it, is this kind of like a zeitgeist type documentary, or is this legit? Is this something that I don't know? Is this mainstream stuff, or is this something that's more indie? I would prefer it to be a little less mainstream, but I don't want it to be super indie because then it could be kind of crappy, possibly.
I want to see this documentary. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up whatever I can on it right now.
Yeah. Don't pull up anything that's gonna get this thing.
No. I'm pulling up news. Okay, so let's just go. This is the straight thing that just popped up. Okay, so we've got top stories so I just pulled up Epstein documentary. That's all I did. Vanity Fair editor found severed cat head and bullet during Epstein investigation. That's a cool little article from The Independent, which is an English publication. 7 shocking revelations from Netflix's. Oh, it's on Netflix. We can definitely watch it. Netflix's Epstein document. It's outrageous. Inside an infuriating Netflix series. It's
philosophical shit says it's mainstream for show.
Mainstream for show. It's mainstream for show. All right, I'm gonna definitely have to check some of it out. I gotta finish watching The Last Kingdom with Uhtred, son of Uhtred. I am Uhtred of Bebbanburg. I fucking love it. They just keep killing people with fucking swords. He is a sword Dane. He is the Lord of War. I fucking love it. The guy goes like this. He goes, because you cannot bring any weapons into the palace, and he goes, what if I pull out my cock and you confuse it as a weapon? What would I do then? What would you do then? They always say shit like that.
And then in the background, you see John Kreese from Karate Kid. Finish him!
Finish him. Mercy is for the weak. No mercy. Mercy.
Sweep the leg. Do you have a problem with that, Mr. Lawrence?
He's always doing this. He's always standing like this and shit.
Yeah.
This is how Kreese.
You know, it'd be great if I think this would be beautiful if because like there's the Cobra Kai. Have you seen the YouTube Cobra Kai series?
Oh, dude, I've seen all of them.
Okay.
I got YouTube Red specifically for that. The philosophical shit is a girl, yo. She got a giant cock though, apparently.
Nice.
Chris Tucker was on the boat. Oh, damn. Chris Tucker was like, oh, shit, man. Oh, shit, son. That's how Chris Tucker talks. That's my Chris Tucker impression.
So, I guess, what was that? Okay, so...
I'm so sorry.
Rambling,
Kreese.
I had that moment where I was, Cobra Kai, okay.
Yeah.
They should do a spin-off of Cobra Kai, and it should be called Kreese.
Okay.
And it's like maybe just do a season or maybe just do webisodes of like John Kreese flashbacks to Vietnam.
That would be. Oh man.
I think that'd be dope, dude. I'd like to see kind of like an
Okay.
get a real understand origins of John Kreese. I like that and see like so. I think that's
Fan fiction. You got to write your fan fiction, and then it's going to get a popularity thing, and then somebody's going to want to make it. That's how some of this shit gets made. Actually, they've had people that do fan fiction, and they do such a good job that they've gotten. So it's like imagine if you were Anthony Jeselnik and you were really into something. You could literally just make it at that point, right? Somebody would be like, "Well, fucking, we'll back Jeselnik."
Let's do it. Let's do a John Kreese miniseries where it's Kreese, and it starts out. He's like a high schooler. He gets drafted into Vietnam. He's in the shit, and I think. So does he get hooked on opium and heroin? Some hard drugs, like is he? Do they show him like gateway?
I think he's got
smoking cocaine.
I think he's got a daughter.
Smoking weed.
I think he's got a Vietnamese daughter.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she knows about like she does the other shit that I was telling you about that they do in Cambodia where they do all the headbutts and the knees and the elbows. It's left way. She does like left way or some shit.
Oh, dude, yeah. So it's just a standalone focusing on Kreese, and it shows Kreese in the San Fernando Valley now, but then he has these flashbacks about Vietnam, and then he goes back. He goes to Cambodia to find his daughter, and she's just a champion lift way. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, but she's like 30. She's like 30 years old. She might even have. He might have a granddaughter, dude, or he might have a grandson.
Yeah,
he could have a grandson who's like 7 or 8 years old or some crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh, this could be.
And he's gonna fucking have a wife, and she's gonna be mad at him. And then her brother will be mad.
She's not his wife. She's not his wife. She's just a gal. She's a gal that he met at a go-go bar in Saigon. He had a little R&R, and he got he had a little fun.
He was not too buku.
What's that?
He wasn't too buku. He wasn't too buku.
No.
He wasn't Soul Brother. No, he wasn't Soul Brother too buku.
Yeah, dude. And he's got to deal with the demons. He's got flashbacks, and you get to see him in action. And it really, because I mean, that's what I love about Better Call Saul. It's a great spinoff because it provides more of an origin for Saul Goodman and for Mike Ehrmantraut. They're like important characters in Breaking Bad, but you don't really learn about like really what are these people's origins. How do they become like this? You find out in Better Call Saul. And so it's the same thing. Like with the Karate Kid, you have Sensei Kreese. He was in Vietnam. He ran the Cobra Kai dojo back in the 80s. They were a force to be reckoned with at the All Valley Karate under-18 tournaments. But like, what are some things that drove Kreese to be like this? Strike fast, strike hard, no mercy.
I think he was okay. So I want to hold on to this. I want to just philosophical shit. Just said that on the boat they're trafficking 12-year-old girls and bringing them to a private island. Not the UFC fight island, by the way. No, Don't get confused. And Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton kicked it there.
Yes, yeah, that's yeah. They had the pedophile island temple on that island, and that's well known.
I did not know that. Okay, that's
you know. Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the Kreese thing. Okay, so this is what happens. So Kreese is actually not as bad of a guy as it would seem, like compared to now, right? So he gets over to Vietnam, and he's maybe a little bit more like the Joker character from Full Metal Jacket, right? Like maybe
Kreese. So he's like Matthew Modine.
A little bit more like him. Like he's a little bit more. Not a pacifist by any means, because he definitely suited up, and he's definitely a badass. But I think he was a little bit more altruistic. And then maybe like one of his buddies got killed, and then like it was because he was like hesitating.
Did he get drafted or did he volunteer?
I think maybe he volunteered because like one of his brothers or his uncle was there, or it was part of his family history. So then he did it. Oh, you know what I think maybe happens? He gets bit by a fucking snake.
Okay.
He might get bit by a snake, or maybe somebody gets bit by a snake, or he sees a cobra out there somewhere. Yeah. So he's out there, right? So he's out there, and then like they're like, they're like, come on, John, and he freezes. And he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, and then one of his friends ends up dying because of it. And then, like, he goes back, and he goes fucking crazy, he goes AWOL, and then he's, like, somewhere in some weird place, and somebody gives him something to drink, and it's, like, fucking mystical, and then he sees some weird snake charmer there, and they got a fucking cobra, and then, like, he gets back to
his buddy gets bit by a cobra.
Maybe his buddy gets bit.
And he's like, and his buddy's like, oh, and he's like in John's arms, and John's like, no, he's like, no, Cleveland, no, and he's like,
tell my mother I love her. Take care of Sally.
Cobra, it's so cold. The cobra's too fast.
Oh.
And so that's where that's where Kreese gets the notion of strike fast, strike hard, no mercy, just like the cobra. But maybe, you know, I do like I'm going to throw this, like, with the love interest and him having a daughter. Maybe that does happen, but maybe he doesn't. I feel like that whole, like, you know, GI and getting the boom boom in Vietnam that's done to death. Maybe it's he leaves for Vietnam. I want to say he gets drafted. I feel he gets drafted because that was just so common. I don't like this trope of, like, you know, the answering the bugle call. You had that with Tom Cruise in Born on the 4th of July. And that's, I think that's the weird thing about Full Metal Jacket. They never really get into whether or not these guys got drafted or they just went in. You kind of left it.
Yeah.
I did see that. The Black Widows to get spider powers. I saw they were like they were somewhere in, like, Latin America, I think.
Doesn't that make... You know about the Brazilian wandering spider in South America, right?
Yeah, this was a Black Widow that got these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. But back with the Kreese thing, I think he gets drafted. He knocks up his old high school girlfriend, you know, before he leaves, or he gets shipped out.
Oh, shit.
And she gets pregnant, and, you know, she has the kid. But she becomes like his girlfriend becomes like a flower child, man. Hardcore hippie. She's against the war, and John comes back and she just dumps on him. You know, she's calling him like a baby killer.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna see your daughter, you fucking baby
killer.
Yeah. And so he's got to deal with that. And I think that sets the stage to really kind of, like, it sets the stage in the series to kind of show kind of like the division in America at that time.
Yeah, that's good. I like that dynamic.
And then they show him, you know, so it's him flashbacks to back in Vietnam to now in Trump's America and the division. And he's a MAGA supporter, and he tries to reconnect with his daughter, but she's vegan.
Doesn't he actually participate in the United States karate team? Isn't he actually on the team? Because he's on the team, I think in the film he was a member of the USA Army karate team or some shit like that. So maybe something happens in there too. You follow me?
Yeah. I don't know. I think in this series, I don't think we really focus
maybe
on
that's
karate.
say season 2. There's like because then you can open it up more.
I would say this is talking about John Kreese, the man. Let's
get away. Those are all parts of his life.
Yeah, but I think he's got a much more complex life than just karate. I think that's just kind of like.
No, that's in there, bro. Because like there'll be like other characters that come out of the woodwork. They'll be like, oh, it's because you think he doesn't like have any black people. So then there's like a black dude that was on the Taekwondo team too, and that guy's like half black, half Korean, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm an idea guy. I'll throw in like all these other things. You're like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we need to have a John Kreese.
Kreese. It's called Kreese.
Yeah, just call it Kreese.
Okay, so then I have an idea for like an advertisement for the show, right?
Uh-huh.
So then what you're seeing like all these really cool images that we're showing, and then like the image that you're looking at on the screen, it looks like a piece of paper, it gets folded, and then it shows like another one, and then that gets folded, and it keeps getting folded, and then it zooms out towards the end of like the actual ad, the trailer, and then it's like a fucking really cool looking like origami shape, and then it says Kreese.
What if it's like an origami of a cobra?
Right! That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because it's folding, and it's origami, it's Japanese, and it's crease because it's folding. You fucking like it.
Yeah, man. I think it's got
legs.
Yeah.
It's got legs, but it's
got legs.
But it's a snake.
What do you do for music? I think you got. At first, I was thinking pan flute, but I think that's like Mr. Miyagi. When I think Karate Kid and pan flute, I immediately think Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi. Crease has got to have a little
like
bit
a heavy, hard drum, not like a drum, like an American drum,
like something 60s, like something 60s rock.
Out here in the field. No, that's a little later. Teenage wasteland.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
Some of that shit they play in Forrest Gump when they're like in the helicopter and they're flying over the fucking, something like that. You might even be like take it back a little bit more to like when he was a little younger. You could take it back even further, the music, and you can juxtapose that with
50s.
Like when he was like 6 years old, what was awesome?
So if he was 6, that would have been like in the 50s.
So then you just see like Little Richard and shit that might be playing on the background on the TV. I don't even know. Elvis? He's got a little Elvis. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I'm not the music guy. I was thinking of like the musical things like that you would imagine. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know about the music. I have an idea though. Those are fun.
Yeah, man.
Crease. I like Crease.
Crease.
There's so many. Like, I was thinking of
philosophical shit saying CCR, little Creed's Clearwater Revival.
I like that.
It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son.
That's good.
The Fortunate Son. What about
I always liked Foreigner.
Foreigner's more 70s. That's past. That's
past.
I think something like 60s. Late 60s, even early 70s when we're still in Vietnam. Like you could do.
So is that Woodstock era, right?
Bad Moon Rising.
Can we get some Jimmy in there?
Yeah, dude.
Get some Jimmy. Who else is around then?
Get some Hendrix.
What the fuck was going on? I don't know what's going on. He's not listening to black music. He's really not. He might have had sex with a chick that had an afro, though. That might have happened.
Yeah, possibly.
You want to see him, or maybe, he'd probably get with like a Hispanic woman.
With a Latina?
He might have done a Latina.
Yeah, but I guess where's John Kreese from?
Where's John Kreese from? Is he from the Midwest, or is he from somewhere like more like coastal?
I mean, I guess so. That's something. Like, do you want to say he's like born and raised in the San Fernando Valley?
I don't like that.
Son of the Valley.
I think he's more of like somebody from like Oregon or some shit.
Philosophical shit says, I listened to Jefferson Airplane earlier today. There's that song called Volunteers. The Volunteers of America. Volunteers of America. That's a good song. Yeah, a little Jefferson Airplane. Maybe White Rabbit. Maybe some Procol Harum.
You guys are gangsters, man.
Whiter shade of pale.
Pink Floyd? Is that too early? Too late?
I think Floyd was around, but
that's a little later, right?
Yeah, I mean, like they had a Saucer Full of Secrets. I don't know if that was in the 70s or in the 60s. Let me see. I think
Tony Soprano listened to that when he was like in high school, so I think that was probably a little later.
Yeah, I think Floyd was. I think Saucer Full of Secrets may have been in the 68.
Dope 60s music is what I'm going to pull up.
So yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking at more of kind of like Dark Side of the Moon, I think that may have been in the early 70s.
It's hippie stuff.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Ballads about drugs. Oh, the Beatles, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like the Beatles are done to death. I feel like
I don't think so. You're right. I mean, I have no. I think
it all depends, like, in the storyline, like, who are Leadbelly? Nice. Yeah, I think it's kind of like, I think, to me, and this is important, and this really drives me nuts, when I see a film or television, and they show, it's like a period piece, I hate it when they play a song that isn't really appropriate for that specific time.
Summer in the City. Summer in the City. Hot time, summer in the city.
Summer in the city.
You've got that.
That's Love and Spoonful, ain't it? Yeah, I think that's Love and Spoonful.
Yeah, I see a guy. Then they got I Got You, Babe. Maybe he's making out with some chick. Like that's the one.
I think to me the important thing with the soundtrack, and it's just me being nitpicky. It's got to be specific to that year. So if this is going to take place in 1967, all the songs have to be from 1967. I don't want, it's a scene where it's 1967, it's before he's shipping out, and they're playing, a song that was made in 1973.
Oh, we can't fuck around like that?
No, it's got to be on point. I hate that. I hate some of these artistic liberties that you see in film. Like, are you familiar with the film Argo with Ben Affleck?
I haven't seen it, but I know all about it.
There's a scene where they show the Hollywood sign when it was disheveled, but the thing was at that time period that this film was supposed to be in, the Hollywood sign had already been fixed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it's just like even though it's like for lay persons and stuff, they may be able to not really delineate between the period and know. It's like someone that had actually lived back then, they might be like, that song didn't come out at that time.
What about?
And then it's not hard to do the investigation yourself and see, this isn't appropriate. Thank you, philosophical shit.
Okay, so what about he's overseas. He gets one of those letters, and then is he the Jody or is she the Jody?
I don't think there's any infidelity.
It's not like I heard it through he opens the letter and it says I heard it through the grapevine, and that's playing like as or it cuts to and she's cheating on him, and it's like I heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah,
that's like a year in.
I think instead of kind of portraying her as the vile Dependa, the Dependopotamus Rex,
the femme fatale.
Yeah, I think it's better. I think portray her as like she's become a flower child. And right. She's a hippie, and she's in the anti-war movement, and she's just very, because I think, to me, that paints the picture of, like, have you ever seen Ken Burns' Vietnam?
No, but I know he's dope.
It's a great film, and it's a great documentary, and one thing that he definitely points out, and it really gets provided to you, is, like, these states united were so divided then. There was such a division, and like, this, like, troops that came home, they were called baby killers. They were being spat on. They were being dumped on. So I think it'd be cooler to show this whole, like, this woman that he was in love with, and maybe it could be you could go with the tired trope of, like, soldier goes off to war, he's in love, he writes love letters to her and all this kind of stuff, but instead of her just being like, she's cheating on him or whatnot, let's do this whole thing where she's a hippie and she kind of represents that counterculture movement, and the troops that are starting, and maybe she's calling him a baby killer, and I mean, maybe not so much as like she's spitting on him, but she's like, you've been just talking shit, or like I can't be with anyone that went there and like killed people, and all this stuff. Like I saw Jane Fonda.
It's so hard because he got drafted though.
Yeah, he got drafted.
He got drafted into that situation, so it was like, man, I mean, what do you want me to do? Yeah. Turn my back on my country? I was drafted anyway.
Exactly. So it's like he's got that dilemma, and so it's like you have that rift between the two. And so it's more, the rift between the two is kind of like representative of the rift in the United States at that time.
I think that's really cool. Is there a person that's doing a lot of drugs in the show?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's drug use. It was,
There's like another character that's like.
I don't know. I think maybe he's battling with demons of drug use.
He was doing that black elephant grass and tie sticks, just making stuff up. I'm like, whoa! I heard about that once. Yeah.
And I think here's a great thing with because you're familiar with Karate Kid 3, right?
That's one of my favorites. Terry Silver.
Is it Terry Silver?
With the black, the Seagal haircut?
Yeah. So
I can do a great impression. Go ahead.
Well, remember Terry Silver is like, he had to pay back, what's his face? John Kreese, because John Kreese kind of like saved his life. And so
he did. Yeah.
We find out how John saved Terry's life in Nam. And I'm thinking it's this whole, and that scene can be the whole evolution of Cobra Kai. So John's best friend, like one of John's good friends in the platoon, gets attacked. He gets attacked by the Cobra. So then he kind of like develops this mantra: Cobra Kai, strike fast, strike hard, no mercy. He sees that from the Cobra killing his friend with his arms, but the Cobra attacks him, and then it's going after Terry, and John with his machete chops its head off. Okay, that saves Terry from a vicious attack from the Cobra, and then John takes that severed head of the Cobra, turns it into a necklace that he wears that also has like
protective powers.
Protective power. It's like he's wearing a necklace of like body parts from a Viet Cong that he has killed.
Right.
He puts that,
ears, noses, yes.
Yeah, possibly something like that.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, spitball. This is a good spitball session.
So that's a mystical talisman in a way because it's protecting them, and it's also a symbolic thing. It's gonna obviously create this nice.
And maybe he, and when he's flying back, when his tour is done, he's put in the time, and he's coming back stateside, and he's like, all I want is to just be with my woman and be with my child, and I'm gonna put all this stuff behind me. Yes. And he just wants to live a peaceful. He wants to live a peaceful life.
Yeah.
And he comes back, and he finds his woman is she's become anti-war. She calls him a baby killer and all this stuff, and she pushes him away, and she won't let him see his daughter, and it's just kind of like it pushes him back to the way of the Cobra. And then he has nothing left to do but focus on martial arts.
Is there a scene where maybe they are together for a little while when he gets back there, but it's like you can already see it's like the first day he's back there and they're eating dinner, there's like already a rift. Like he's sitting at the table and he's kind of sitting like he's still in that wartime like eating kind of posture, and then it goes on for a couple of weeks, and then like you can start seeing like it's gonna break down. It's not even like a long drawn out. Maybe it's one episode, and then something happens. Like maybe they're out and somebody like tries to steal their parking space. And then he goes, "Hey, we were gonna park there." And then he goes, the guy in the car is like, "You're a fucking baby killer, you fucking piece of shit." It's like kind of like a hippie guy, but he's like an aggro hippie, right? So then John like punches him in the face, and then the wife is there with the kid, right? So then she's just like, "Oh my god!" Like, but also like he's protecting them.
You've changed, John. You've changed.
She's like, "Stop! He's had enough!" And then he's like, "Shut up!" He like pushes her because he's enraged.
Mercy's for the weak.
No mercy! No mercy! And then she and then she look at his eyes. His eyes are like fucking snakes.
Oh God! No mercy! Mercy's for the weak.
He pushes John. Her. Oh God! It will be so good though. It would be so good. And then that's the last straw. He comes, and then she's like, "We're leaving," and then like she drives away. He's in the parking lot. He walks home. He gets home. Like he goes to watch the movie himself. He gets there, and then the fucking house is empty.
Okay, philosophical shit. Hey, I like you. I like that. Philosophical shit's on the spitball. He says, philosophical shit says, "A ball necklace is a great idea. I want a small gold chain with tiny small ball charms, with the wrinkle details." Yeah, definitely. Maybe some little vein spots here and there on it.
Oh God, that would be great. Oh God. A ball necklace is a great idea. Yeah, I guess as opposed to the snake necklace. Oh, dude, this is good, man. I like that. I like that whole idea.
Yeah.
Flesh that out. Oh, see, somebody's gonna watch this and be like, "Dude, I fucking love it, man. Can we hire you guys?
Yeah.
Can we hire?" That's exactly how every executive in LA sounds. Like, "Hey, man, I wanted to hire you. I work for..." What do you work for? "I work for Hulu." "Hulu, we'll do it. We'll fucking do it."
Hulu would do it, yeah.
Hulu, fuck yeah, man.
Let's make it happen.
God, yeah.
Oh, man. Actually, I did see... I saw this posting earlier today on Indeed. What the hell is it called? What's it
for? Ball wrinkle details.
Gotta have the ball wrinkle detail. Let's see if it's still up, or if it's still. Let me see. This is. I probably work on this. Okay, this is something that I got emailed to me from Indeed.
Awesome.
Label seeking creative writer for new YouTube channel series. Seek a creative writer who will be writing episodes for our upcoming YouTube series. They provide a link of their competition, and essentially, it's the example link is just these stupid kind of like fun facts from 10 facts that you didn't know about the killer whale.
Yeah.
And it's like that's, I mean, like, artistically speaking, it's like fluff and garbage. But
sure, yeah.
I'm gonna apply to it and just see, if I got it. It depends on what type of salary they would give me, but it's tempting because I definitely, I would like to get away from doing the nonprofit work that I'm currently engaged in. I hope my boss isn't watching this.
What's to say? Well, they're not watching it live. I can assure you of that. But they can get after you at any point in the future. So, yeah, there's these other jobs. Like, there was one I saw earlier today, and it was for, if they wanted a writer, they wanted you to be a writer, copywriter, and editor for the National Oceanic, something like that, like the Ocean Conservatory.
For NOAA?
Something like that, yeah. It was NOAA or something like that, right? And it didn't seem like it was super hard. And it wanted you to do a lot of writing for lay writing, for like the common person is what it says. A lot of brochure writing, a lot of basic editing, and then some stuff for the people in the company itself, in the organization. And I was like, okay, like, I mean, I could do that. It seems like you would not. The writing aspect of it would be the most arduous thing, and the editing.
Yeah.
Because some days you'd be like, dude, I cannot get words out, man. You'd have to like be like committed to your deadlines and like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of work to write.
Push stuff out, yeah.
Yeah, you got to push stuff out, and you got to edit it. And then some days it would be like, I'd see it being really boring and really hard, actually. But at the same time, it could also be really easy if you're in a good mood and ready to rock.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but I see that, and I'm like, well, how much do you want to pay me? Because if you're going to pay me $30,000, I'm not going to even fucking do it. I can't do that I'd rather just work at fucking like an Apple store fucking to do that,
Exactly.
What do we got going on over here? $50K to do porn. Y'all doing it?
No.
What do you mean $50K? Like one video? Is that one video, one scene? Are you saying for a year? Because, like, obviously. I'm gonna say no. The thing the porn thing is the bad part about it. Would you say $50K for an act? Like, so here's a better question. We have a sheik in the middle of the Middle East, and he's got like sheik money, way crazy money. He's got czar money, czar money. He's got czar money, right? So he just wants one night with Rosales. $50K for that, right? He's gonna fly you out. You're probably gonna get a Maybach just for doing it. He'll ship it back to you. And he goes, let me see you, my friend. My friend, all I want to do is I want to play with your butt, my friend. Let me play with your butt, and I want you to tickle me, treat me like Elmo. I want this so bad. This is what I want. You be my snuffleupagus all night. You can count on it. Sesame
one
Street
video,
sex.
6 dudes.
One video, 6 dudes?
Are you the bottom?
Oh, I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm for 50,000. No.
Yeah, I'm saying no.
I'm not for that amount of money. Am I bottom?
This is the thing, like, so the way that Philosophical is writing this stuff, it's like you're making it so that it's bad. It doesn't sound good.
I guess the question I would ask Philosophical is, would you do that for that amount of money? Would you bottom for 6 dudes in a video for $50,000? And I highly doubt. I don't even know. To be honest, I don't know what the going rate is for scenes, and I know for you could probably demand more money for kind of like more I don't even know if that's really true for the more obscure stuff, especially nowadays with how porn is, because everyone's like they're doing it from home. They're ready fans. Okay, philosophical says
Good
yes.
question.
I'd be the bottom. No, I'm not. I'm no way. I'm not.
He goes, good question. Yeah, you're the bottom. Yeah, I'd say no. But if you say, but let me ask you this. So it's you, 6 girls.
Me and 6 girls for 50.
And every girl in the video is over 200 pounds. No one is taller than 5'10", by the way, either. It's just to give you some numbers and some heights. So she's 200 pounds, and she's no taller than 5'10". 6 women.
Oh man, that's tough, dude.
50K. Okay, how about this? 250K.
Probably not.
250. I'm gonna give you 250K for 6 women. They're all Amazons. They're all built like Gabby Garcia. If you know who Gabby Garcia is.
No, I don't.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pull this up just to fold it back in because I want you to understand what we're gonna. I want to find your bottom line, bro.
I think some things that when you're talking 6 figures for one film, I would start throwing this out there. Can I have some stipulations? Like, is it okay if I'm masked? Is it okay if I cover up my identifiable tattoos?
This is the girl. So she's built like that, bro.
Wow.
I'm gonna pull up some more for you, okay? We're gonna get you in this movie here. All right, yeah. So this is another one of her.
Yeah.
That's a woman, by the way.
And I guess another thing is if I'm in films with a woman like her, is she beating me up?
Oh, she's doing some of that dominatrix stuff where she's like trying to choke you with her legs, like a scissor choke. Oh God, look at her! You want to see her next to Vanderlei? This just to give you an idea of how big she is. This is her next to Vanderlei. Let me get out. Can you? I gotta get out of there. I gotta get out of there for you. Boom.
Okay. Oh wow.
Okay, does that work for you, bro?
Bro, she looks like Chris Benoit with long hair.
I would never say that she's an ugly woman.
She looks like Chris Benoit in that picture.
She's big, dude. Vanderlei Silva's like a middleweight, right?
Yeah, she's got some fucking traps on her, bro.
She's got what we call trap music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is
6 women like that. 6 women like that, 250.
No. I think honestly,
you're gonna be broken. You're gonna have hip issues for the rest of your life.
I think if this was something that's not filmed and this is for my own entertainment,
right? The sheik wants to watch,
and they just and I'd be like, cool. No one watches. It's just like I get to go,
just the
to a
experience.
nice mansion and. Maybe they put. I guess if it was like if there was no filming and putting on the internet, I'd be very open to it, Tim.
So it's not on the internet.
Like, hey, we've got an adult-sized diaper that we want you to wear, and we're gonna beat you up and put you in the octagon. I'd be like, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would go hard. I don't know if I would go all into the cock and ball torture where they're like literally punching me, but I would be open to some head scissoring.
I'm biting my lip. I'm like, oh. How
But
much is $250?
No, I don't think I would.
So yeah, so you go. Okay, so the sheik, he's flying you over. You're going to be somewhere in the United Arab Emirates. He's got six women like that. We've got the biggest woman. We've got the biggest Aboriginal woman we could find. We've got Gabby Garcia. She's going to be like the main event. We've got a bunch of women from the Nordic countries of like Finland. We've got some Russian women. We've got a giant Japanese female sumo wrestler character.
Okay.
We've got somebody that's kind of like, we got a Samoan chick. We got that for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And we're ready to rock and roll. And then so we're gonna do that, and then there's gonna be a K-pop band there, a K-pop boy band that's gonna open for the event. And it's gonna be it. And we're gonna give you cash. We're gonna give you cash in a duffel bag. It's gonna be a dirty old duffel bag. It's gonna look like one of those ones that a soldier of fortune would have when they come back after 6 years away from home. Where it's got those little stupid circles, you gotta line them up, and then you have a little latch, and it's like, this is not even a good bag. You get back home, and they're like, why do you have a cane, bro? And they're like, don't want to talk about it. Like, you have tire marks on your forehead. Did somebody ride a bicycle over your forehead?
Oh, dear.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. Oh, dude. All right. I think we did. Let's see. We did 2 hours and 25 minutes, bro.
Oh, wow.
I'm feeling pretty good, man. How about you?
Time flies, bro. Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I think this was a good. I think this was a good out.
Dude, we didn't even talk about UFC.
We didn't talk about UFC. We can do it another time.
Yeah.
We can definitely do it another time. We went into we kind of did the thing that Kevin Smith did when he did that one podcast where it led to the movie Tusk. Are you familiar with that?
Oh, yeah. Tusk is a weird film.
It's terrible. It's like one of the worst movies of all time. It's as bad as Dead Alive. It's a very Dead Alive.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that at all.
Oh god. So when I used to live in Richmond, actually this was before I moved to Richmond, but I used to go down to Richmond a lot, and I lived there for 5 years as well. So when I was down there, there's this video store. It's called Strawberry Street Video. This is before DVDs, bro. This is like VHS. Okay. Like we would get a VHS and we watch the movie Kids on VHS. This is like late. This is like 2000, right? 20 years ago. So there was a movie called Dead Alive. They had all the worst shit. You'd be like, "This is weird. I want to watch Barbarella. Where can I find Barbarella?" And
it was directed by Peter Jackson?
No, that movie. No. What? Did you just pull it up? Dead Alive?
Dead Alive, 1992, New Zealand slapstick zombie comedy film directed by Peter Jackson.
Okay, great.
And he also wrote it. Screenplay. It was Steven Sinclair, Peter Jackson, and Fran Walsh. This must have been one of Jackson's first films.
Okay, this is the worst movie ever, bro.
Yeah?
This might be one of the worst movies ever. I mean, it's like, I think that it's, Pink Flamingos is really bad. Everything John Waters has ever done is a piece of shit. Like...
You're not a fan of John Waters?
I mean, I don't think so. No, I don't think I'm a fan of his. And I'll tell you what, I go to Baltimore and I do auditions on a semi-regular basis, considering I've done more auditions in Baltimore than any other person in the DC comedy scene that you've ever met. So
my gosh. Sorry, philosophical shit. Oh, you flatter. I feel like I could speak on behalf of Tim, but you flatter us. Thank you so much. Philosophical shit telling us we are very entertaining.
Oh, thanks. We were about to get off this thing, and I think we just like revived it for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. God, I mean, I hope so. That's what we're here for. So, no, I don't like John Waters' work, man. I think it's bad. There's this other shit that's about as bad as his stuff, and it's called oh god, everything that comes on right after Rick and Morty on Sunday night on Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
So if it comes on at midnight on Monday morning.
Okay.
It's straight trash, dude. It's straight garbage. Where I'm like, why do you have this budget? What the fuck are you guys getting away with? I fucking hate you. Like, you want to meet them and punch them in the face. I would be like, hey, motherfucker, come on. I have not trained in martial arts in a minute, but I will fight you, bro. And if I beat your ass, if you submit to me, you gotta hire me to make your fucking show better.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Dude, so I always talk to you about this on the phone and whatnot, Tim, but you should move out to LA, bro.
I need to. I really need to. Well, that's the thing. I was saying, if I get the job with Apple, then I can probably transfer.
Yeah, you should come out here, man. I think this is the, you're very artistic. You're into, and you definitely talk a lot about getting into entertainment, and this is the hub of entertainment, dude. Everything is fucking solid out here. You got so much improv comedy, regular stand-up comedy, and then obviously acting, commercial stuff. I mean, there's just so many. There's so much of it out here, and like the talent, like the talented artistic people that I've met, it's amazing. And it's like people out here are really, and I've told you this before on the phone, they take it seriously, you know? It's not just some bullshit hobby.
Right.
Like in DC, there's so many people that are just like, you know, they got inspired by watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And they're a fucking lawyer, and they figure, they're going to try stand-up comedy. And it's like, no, join a fucking kickball league.
Yeah.
Join a kickball league. Afterwards, go to a fucking beer garden. Hook up with some guy or whoever. Get married. And stay the fuck away, because you're not taking it seriously.
Dude, you're talking some real truth over here.
That's, like, fuck. Like,
yeah, I love it.
This whole, I've said before, I love the comedy community. Fucking, there's some great people, but there's some fucking scumbags.
Yeah.
And it's just don't worry about community and making friends. Like, if you make some good, valuable connections, that's great. But it's like, I look at it this way, man. Doing stand-up comedy, unless you're in improv, I guess that takes some teamwork. But if you're doing something like stand-up comedy, no, you're not a fucking team.
You're the director, you're the writer, you're the actor, you're the whole thing.
You're like a goddamn fighter. You're like a goddamn wrestler. It's an individual sport.
Right. Yeah, I always did like track and field and like cross country, where it's like, it's kind of like you got a lane, bro. That's like, you're in this lane. You're on a track team, but like, it's up to you.
Yeah. And if you lose, instead of saying, like, and I think that's what, like, when I was in high school, man, I liked doing the wrestling.
Right. Yeah.
And there was no like blaming it on, well, the center fucked up the snap and that's why we lost.
Right.
It's just like, why did you get pinned? I got pinned because I was a pussy, or I got pinned because I was an idiot and I didn't do this specific move and that's why I lost. So it's more like, why? And so, like, when you do stand-up comedy, it's like, why didn't they laugh? And instead of, like, you get a lot of excuses. Well, it wasn't a good crowd, or the comic before me was fucking, horrible.
Yeah, he just brought the room down, and
or the person I had to go up after a killer, and it's like, so what if you do, you got to learn how to, like, just fucking go out there and fuck up, and then really ask yourself, what is it? Why did I fuck up? How do I get better?
Hey, Jacob, who's your favorite comedian?
Who's right now? Tim Dillon, without a doubt.
That's what yeah.
Tim Dillon. His podcast is amazing. It's called The Tim Dillon Show. He's incredible. He's an enigma. He's conservative. He's into conspiracy theories and stuff. A lot of times it's more him joking about that stuff, but he will kind of, like, look into it. But then also, I think another thing that fascinates me about him is he's gay. But he definitely, like, he never talks about. He doesn't really go into, like, doesn't really delve into in a stand-up delve into gay and into gay stuff.
You wouldn't know he's gay if you wouldn't know he's gay unless you listen to, like, a decent amount of his stuff, and then after a while you think, oh, he is gay. Okay, yeah.
So right now, Tim Dillon, without a doubt, I think historically, always loved Richard Pryor, as well as Paul Mooney.
He's great.
Yeah.
He really, really is good. He's like, I think Paul Mooney really...
he wrote for Pryor.
He did. He wrote on the Richard Pryor show. And then I think Patrice O'Neal had to have been influenced by Paul Mooney.
Mm-hmm.
I would see that just because of, like, how just strong they are at expressing their opinions, and then the kind of angles that they kind of seem to come from. They're so real.
Yeah.
God, I'm really, really falling back in love with, like, Patrice, honestly. And, he's somebody that I found that I've been like, oh man, I'm watching a lot of his stuff again. But did you see, I haven't sent you that new Louis special.
No,
Dude.
I haven't seen it. And dude, like, to be honest, I'm not familiar with Louis' material at all. I think I've seen a couple of clips of his.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to most of his, that recorded set that he had at Governor's Comedy Club in Long Island, like, a couple years ago.
Was it the one that got him in trouble?
Yeah, because he did the fucking
getting shot. Like if you don't get shot in a shooting, you're not a hero or something like that.
Yeah, he did a joke about the Parkland school shooting.
So that's not even on the special. Like he threw that in the trash. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
right, of course. But I mean, like it wasn't like, oh, well, I'm done with it now. Here, you can at least see it. He's just like, well, you guys saw it. It's trash. I'm not even going to do it. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It just and that's. Obviously he's got the ability to do it, but like he pulls off. I'm not going to spoil anything about the special, but and I'll actually share it with you after this. He pulls off jokes that are impossible to pull off because he finds the right entry point and the right angle to do it. And when you look at the show like that, God, man, you really see how smart comedians are really freaking smart, man. They're really smart. And they know the way. The Tao.
Yep.
The Tao of comedy. This guy Jerry Corley talks about breaking down the DNA of comedy, like it's like a science, like what's DNA made out of, and he's like, this is the DNA of comedy. But that's the only thing I can say about Louis. Like he finds these entry points that you would never be able to do.
Yeah. Philosophical shit. Who is your favorite comedian right now?
Yeah, who's your favorite comedian?
And then likewise for you, like Tim, what's the one that's the most kind of like poignant? Galifianakis. What are my thoughts on Galifianakis? I only know him from film, and I don't know him from a lot of film. Like I've never seen the Hangover series. I've never seen that.
Really?
I remember one time just briefly seeing a bit that. Galifianakis used to like do sets where he's on a piano, right?
God, I know him from Between Two Ferns a lot too.
I like his Between Two Ferns. I loved it when he had Obama on that. That was fun. But I remember, I think it was Galifianakis where he was like on a piano and he's doing his set, and he kind of just he had this one liner. I thought it was brilliant. He said something like, "I really liked college. My grandmother died like 6 times."
Ha!
And that's like I'm not too well versed in his stuff, but I just thought that was like I was like that's so like I like stuff like that. That's so it's so simple and accessible, but at the same time you're like, God, you clever fucker.
That is really good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So, yeah, is that your favorite comedian? Is this philosophical shit? Zach Galifianakis? For me, right now, if I just had to say, my favorite comedian is not the best comedian. My favorite comedian is Rogan because I like the guy so much. But I'm watching, like, if you want to say, what was the last special you watched? The last special I watched last week, I was watching Chappelle. I think I've watched, that's one of his second or third newest specials. I've probably watched it 3 or 4 times already. I've watched Patrice O'Neal, I watched pieces of his. I watched Brian Callen. This is who I'm like. If I wanted to model myself after somebody more, it's like Brian Callen and Dane Cook and Pablo Francisco. But with a little bit, those are the kind of guys that I like to be like.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think he might be genius, though. No, I think he might be genius. He's probably talking about Rogan.
No, I think he's talking about Galifianakis.
I think Galifianakis probably. You know who I also do? I do Brody, man. Brody Stevens. I'll take some of Brody Stevens' stuff that he did, and I'll I've done it on here. I'll be like, you don't do that to me. That's not me. That's Brody. And when they go, yeah. I say yeah, and I go positive energy. That's all Brody.
Yeah. I remember as a kid in the 90s, Louis Anderson.
He's good, man.
He's good.
He's in Coming to America.
Yeah, he was like
He's in Coming to America.
Yeah, it's like I love that one. They're mopping up the floor.
Yeah.
Or no, they're washing the lettuce. No. They're mopping up the floor, and he's like, "Hey guys, I used to be just like you. I was put on cleanup, and now look at me, I'm washing lettuce." He's like, "I figure in another year, I'm on the fries. A year after that, I'm assistant manager, and that's when the big bucks come in."
Kanye's got a line like that where he goes, he got that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes. This week he mopped the floors. Next week it's the fries. So stick by his side.
Favorite DC comic, Tony Woods, without a doubt.
Tony Woods is great.
Woods without Tony. I always liked being at like an open mic and seeing him there and bullshit with him because he was a Navy corpsman way back in the day. I don't even know when. But he was a Navy corpsman. I was a Marine, so he was, "Hey, devil dog," and just he would kind of get into just random chit chat, and every now and then he would just drop these nuggets of knowledge.
That's good.
Just occasionally, just drop a nugget of knowledge, and it was always kind of cool for me. But yeah, and I mean, just like his ability to be at a shitty open mic, like just shitty. And it's just no one's there, and it's just comics, and maybe there's like one person at a bar, and he just connects with that one person there, and just bullshits with him, and just it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's a legit professional headliner for many years. That's like your black belt. Like, how many black belts do you really have in your gym, right?
Exactly.
That's like the only black belt in the city, right?
Yeah.
There's some people but DC's got some good local comics though. There are some really funny people here, but
there's some fun ones, yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? It's not like there's men. What I mean by men is it doesn't have to be a man, but like you know what I fucking mean. But like a lot of the people that are like popular comics from DC now, that are like probably doing like let's say touring and shows and stuff like that. They're young. They're young people. It's not like. Yeah, because if they were really really good, they'll leave anyway. That's actually what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's what's the chick's name? I'm sorry to call her a chick. Wendy Robleski.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like somebody like that. Like that's I don't know if she'll be here for much longer, but yeah.
Who knows?
Apparently Sinbad is amazing stand-up. Sinbad's awesome. Sinbad did that special on the boat many years ago on HBO. Thoughts on Brandon Wardell? Dude, you're getting interviewed, bro.
Brandon Wardell.
You know him? He was with
okay. Looks like a young. Yeah, he's young. He's 27 years old.
He's been out there forever.
Went to Virginia Commonwealth University. Okay.
Did he really?
Yep, Virginia Commonwealth University, James W. Robinson Jr. Secondary School.
Dude, that's Robinson. That's right over here. What?
He was born in Seattle, moved to Northern Virginia, grew up in Fairfax, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Frequent contributor on the Toon Zone forum in his youth. After attending Robinson, Wardell briefly attended VCU in Richmond, but ultimately dropped out to pursue a career in comedy. Awesome. Wardell's career began at 17. Early 2010, doing open mics before being invited to comedy hours in Washington, D.C. region. He did South by Southwest Austin, Texas, Bridgetown Comedy Festival in Oregon. Cool. I'll have to look up some of this.
Yeah, he's got a good Twitter, man. His Twitter's really good. You know who he got? He got really Bob Odenkirk scooped him up.
Okay. Oh, I like this. In 2016, Wardell received internet fame for popularizing the "Dicks out for Harambe" meme. I can get behind that. I can support that.
God damn it.
Dicks out for Harambe. That's funny. I'll have to look into him.
Yeah.
I have this I don't watch a lot of specials, man. Like I don't watch a lot. I don't listen to a lot of albums. The one album that I can listen to a lot is what's his name?
Is it Mitch Hedberg?
No, Andrew Dice Clay.
Day the Laughter Died.
Yeah.
God damn it!
It's so horrible. It's fun.
Is it horrible, or is it horrible good?
It's horrible good. It's just like, I mean, when you listen to it, you're like, he's not. I mean, he's just being a goofball. And he's being funny, but he's just not. It's nothing that's polished. You can totally tell. But some of the stuff, and some of it's just like he's so crude and crass to the people there. Like he's just talking crazy. He's just talking like mad, inappropriate shit. But it's like Jesus Christ. But then, like, I mean, I think the thing that's with, because he has 2 albums. The Day That Laughter Died Part 1 and The Day That Laughter Died Part 2. And to me, the standout in The Day the Laughter Died was when he does this bit about jerking off to the Roseanne Barr show.
Oh, dude.
And it's freaking great. And like this, and it's great because like this one person talks shit. When like Todd's like Roseanne Barr, and he's like she would fucking see something like she would snap you in half or something like that. So that was great. And then The Day the Laughter Died Part 2 was he ends it in a fucking fight.
Does he?
Like he's yelling at someone. He's like, "Oh, go fuck yourself!" And like, "Fuck you!" He's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" And like you hear the mic drop, and you hear him kind of like, "We've all fucking kicked your ass." It's like that's. I mean, it was like over 2.5 hours long or something like that. It's like, wow, I guess that's an appropriate ending.
God damn it!
Yeah.
I've never heard that album, dude. I never heard it.
Oh, it's fun, dude. Like Rogan taught. Like I found it because like Rogan was like talking about it, and it's just I don't know. It's a very. I mean, it's,
I know the glass of milk line.
Oh yeah. You're about as funny as a glass of milk. Yeah.
So I remember hearing Andrew Dice Clay on the very first time that he was on Rogan, because he's been on Rogan like maybe 5 times now.
Yeah.
So I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I'm spending the summer in Chicago. I'm at Improv Olympic, and I am oh no! I fucking totaled my car while I was in Chicago. So I was driving back. I got super drunk, and I stayed out all night. And I slept in my car at a gas station. And on my way back home, he was on it. He was on it, and that like helped me get home. And I was like, dude, Dice Clay is on Rogan. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's crazy. It's like yeah. Yeah, it's like, did you know that Jesus is talking to Muhammad like over here in this chat room? It's fucking crazy. Yeah. Oh, dude. What's this question over here? Remember that?
This is remember when Dice flipped out in that interview? Which is this an interview from back in the day or something more recent?
I remember when he got banned from MTV for life.
Yeah, it was something like MTV Music Awards. He said something real. I think he was doing his fucking raunchy nursery rhymes, and he kind of got a little carried away with it.
He was the man. I used to remember watching him on like, I feel like he had been on Married with Children. Sam Kinison was really cool too.
I think, okay, saying 7 years ago, I don't remember that. I think Kinison was way more powerful than Clay.
Dude, you guys are getting I'm not getting the. It takes me. You're getting every single.
No, sometimes you get stuff that I don't even see.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I feel like I'm not. I feel like
I think the chat thing is kind of, who knows.
It's lagged out. Well, you know what? My computer's running a lot of programs right now.
Yeah, Kinison was great.
He really was good.
God, like I mean, I like it's weird. Like the thing I always found interesting. Like, did you ever see his specials where he would do the he always kind of had this bit where he would bring someone on stage. He'd ask like, "Who's been fucking cheated on? Who's had their fucking hearts ripped out?" And he'd bring it was usually a man. He'd bring him up on stage, and he's like, "Let's call that fucking bitch. Let's call that fucking whore."
Whoa.
And he'd get on a telephone. He'd call him up, and he's like, "Call her a fucking whore." He's like, "You fucking whore."
Oh God.
Interesting thing. But like, I mean, like, God, there's some specials where I mean, you watch some of the stuff that he's saying, and it's just like there's no way. They're like some of it is very homophobic, and just but I mean, obviously taking the context of like what was that era like, you know? And so it's like back in the 80s and the 90s, it was kind of like it was just common.
Right, like I don't think he would be that. Like I think that if he had never gotten to that car accident and died, that he wouldn't be talking like that now.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Maybe like some of those, but some of the people, it's like for example, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was around same contemporary of his.
Oh yeah.
So Eddie Murphy's not doing that now, but Eddie Murphy did do terrible things when he was doing stand up. And Eddie Murphy was also like 20 when he was doing like those specials and stuff. He was like so young.
Like Rodney Dangerfield. Oh man, I haven't had a chance to really see a lot of his stand up material. But I mean, I as a kid growing up in the '80s, just watching the films with him, like he was in Caddyshack, he was in Back to School, and there was that great scene in Back to School where he's in a class and Sam Kinison is a contemporary U.S. history teacher, and there's the scene where like he asks a question, and I think it was like a question about Cold War Eisenhower or something like that, and it was like Kinison's character just fucking really tears into her, and Rodney's like, hey, give her a break,
Yes.
And he's like, well, what about you? Why don't you fucking fight in the war? He's like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. And he's like, tell me. He's like, why didn't we fucking, bomb the shit out of Cambodia? Da, 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 da. Tell me. And then Rodney's like, you want to know why? This fucking Kennedy was a fucking pussy. He didn't fucking listen to Eisenhower. Da, 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 da. And it's just it's a beautiful scene.
Right, and then he goes, huh, I like you. I like to keep my eye on you.
That is one of my favorite scenes from the 80s where you get these two comedic legends just going at it, and it's just it's a great scene.
Dude, Robert Downey Jr.'s in that movie.
Yes, he is.
He's on the movie and he's on the floor and he's got his legs up and he's going, and he's doing his sex thing.
Billy Zabka, I think that's his name, who plays Johnny from Karate Kid, is in it, if I'm not mistaken. He's kind of like the main villain.
Yeah, he's in that movie. He's the diving. He's the head diver guy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that was such a cliche. And his name was Chaz Osborne. But I mean, like in the 80s, there was such a cliche of like teenage film where the bad guy is the good-looking blonde. I mean, you have karate. You have Karate Kid. You have Back to School. You've got remember the film Just One of the Guys.
I love Just One of the Guys so freaking much.
And I think Billy Zabka's in that. He's like the bad guy. You've got the film Rad.
Is it Billy or is it Frank?
Billy Zabka. Devon Sawa. That was like
it is Billy Zabka,
right?
Yeah. God, it was just Frank. What do I think was Frank?
Yeah, you had so many films where it's kind of like 80s film. There's a bad guy. It's got to be kind of like blue hair blonde.
Well, Dolph Lundgren's a fucking blonde pretty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren's that way. Dude, I love the 80s. I really liked growing up in the late 80s and the early 90s and the mid 90s. I think that was pretty dope.
It was an interesting time.
Well, because like I thought that the stuff that we got exposed to in film and TV was so. It's like it was bad, man. Like I remember watching RoboCop when I was like 6 years old.
I love that. Yeah.
That was that RoboCop scene where Patrick Murphy gets like shot to shit by the dad who ends up being the dad on the 70s show.
Yeah.
That's the guy who's the dad on the 70s show.
I know. Yep.
And they shot him so much that his arm came off.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. No, that was a great scene. I think. Yeah, I remember watching that. I was like in second grade, so I think I was like 8 years old when that came out.
So like that stuff happening, I remember my dad, because I used to live on an Air Force base for a long, long time. Like, and we would go to the movies. We'd see these like matinee movies. I remember seeing like Navy SEAL with Charlie Sheen when I was way too young.
That's such a horrible film.
Or like, what's that one movie where do you? Oh, Matt. Is it not? It's not Matt Dillon. It's not Matt Dillon or Kevin Dillon. It's the other Dillon. It's the Dillon that's Johnny Drama in Entourage, and he's in the movie Platoon. Platoon. I saw Platoon when I was a little boy. I saw Total Recall when I was like 8.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dad, why is this happening?
I remember watching Rambo: First Blood Part 2. I was in first grade, so I was like 7 years old.
You can't.
And like my dad, it sounds like I think your father and my father had a lot in common. Where there would just be a movie that they want to watch, and they would go rent it, and it's just like put it in the VCR and watch it. And, Dad's watching. I'm going to watch a movie with Dad. It's just like
he's watching Predator.
Yeah,
and it's just
John Rambo just took an explosive tip bow and arrow and blew up the commandant of a Vietnamese prisoner of war camp.
Okay, so I remember when I was little, I was watching a movie, and then like I guess it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Yeah. And I loved Arnold movies, by the way.
Yeah, they're great.
Arnold killed somebody in the movie, right? And I go, He killed him, and my dad goes, he tried to kill him, and he was right. He was so right. Or remember Arnold was holding the guy over the edge of the cliff in Commando, and the guy's like, you told me you'd kill me last, and he goes, I lied.
Oh, those one-liners. Remember the Running Man?
Oh no, that was a great movie.
He's got the dynamite, and he lights it with the cigar, and he's like, need a light?
They go, hey, what happened to Buzzsaw? They go,
Buzzsaw.
He had to split.
Yeah, I remember. I think one of the first. I was probably 6 or 7. I remember watching. My dad rented Commando, and at the end, remember how he kills the main bad guy? He impales him with like a pipe.
Yes.
He just like takes this big pipe, this metal pipe, and just throws it, and it goes like right through the guy's chest.
Oh.
And I remember watching that, like, the next day I go to school, I'm like, oh, guys, I saw this great movie, it's called Commando, and he kills the main bad guy with a pipe, and he throws it right through his body and kills him. It was incredible.
God, he shot him like a spear, like a javelin. Oh, God, I loved
Wasn't Alyssa Milano in Commando?
Wasn't he his daughter? Yeah, it was his daughter. Wasn't Cheech's daughter? No, Chong's daughter was in that movie too, right? Wasn't Chong the chick's Chong's daughter is the chick in the movie, right?
And what? In Commando?
Yeah, doesn't Chong have like a black daughter? And she's in one of those Rambo.
Ray Dong Chong.
Yeah, Ray. Dude, I can't spell that. Ray Dong Chong.
Yeah.
So she's in one of those movies with Arnold, if I'm not mistaken. Commando, 1985!
Commando? Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Commando as well.
Yeah.
That's fucking gangster. That movie's...
her old man is Tommy Chong, okay.
Isn't that really weird?
Ray Don Chong.
Yeah. That's so odd. Like Rashida Jones's dad is Quincy Jones. And people don't even know that she's black. So then she was on the red carpet something like a year or two ago, or a couple years ago, and then she's walking on the red carpet, and then one of those VH1 motherfuckers goes, "Oh my God, how do you have such a great tan all the time?" And she goes, "I think I get it from my father." I don't know. Because you're part black.
Yeah, so people just assume that she's.
They thought she was white. They just never knew. Yeah. It was just like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, oh man, you must have a really good membership at Hollywood Tans.
Yeah. Do you have like a tanning bed in your house? Who had a tanning bed in their house? Tony Hawk had a tanning bed in his house when he lived in Southern California when he was 17.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, dude, we killed it. It's 10 o'clock, man. It's 10 o'clock where I live.
Wow. Holy shit.
We gotta go 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Let's do 2 more.
Two more. So, man, I don't really have much to plug. Follow me on Instagram. That's much better than my Twitter. My Twitter's trash. At Chingadiculous. I think on Well, I got booked for. I'm doing a. It's a thing called Storyworthy.
Oh, sweet.
It's usually done at the Hollywood Improv and the Comedy Lab. It's like a competition where essentially a panel votes and you spin a wheel and you have to do stories. But they're not doing. They're doing the Storyworthy on Zoom is going to be. I'm going to do a 10-minute story. I'm not really going to do. I'm not going to follow like your traditional storytelling thing. I'm essentially just going to kind of bullshit and talk about growing up in Michigan and tell stories about my time in the Mint as a kid. I think that's going to be on Sunday, August 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there a? I guess you have a link for that.
I don't have it yet. I'll probably get that like sometime next week because they're doing it like every week. So she'll probably start plugging that like next week around this time. So I'll put it up on my Instagram. I think that's the next one. I think on the 12th I'm doing another virtual thing with I think it's one of these Chris Berrylick.
I know Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing I guess he's been doing kind of like because he's got that T-shirt company Snarkfish and he's all into like nerd centric stuff. He goes to a lot of like comic book conventions and stuff, sells T-shirts. So he's going to be doing I think on the 12th of June I think there's going to be something going on. I'm going to do some time on that show. It's going to be all very nerd centric stuff. So I'm kind of trying to dust off my stupid comic book jokes.
That sounds really cool.
I don't have a link for that. Again, once I get kind of like the links and the flyers, I'm throwing them in my Instagram. So I think that's the most relevant stuff. Stuff is starting to open up and down in San Diego. So I've reached out to some bookers that are doing shows. So hopefully I can start getting some real get booked for actual real comedy shows. So slowly but surely.
Oh no, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's still 2020. It's not like 2020 is over. We're not even halfway yet. So we're almost halfway.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. So things are getting really getting better and better as we go. I feel great. Okay, this is the longest live stream I've ever done. It's over 3 hours now.
Oh, dude, I feel honored to be part of it.
You are part of it. You're the
honor and a privilege.
Huge part of it. This is the Rogan level time period, right? I mean, it's 3 hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta cut the whole time of doing the tutorial on the placeholder.
Oh, the overlay. Yeah. Well, that was I told you before that it might be a little wonky.
Yeah.
But once I got it in there, and then once we got
once we got it rolling, man, it was just,
it's easy.
Smooth sailing.
Shoot. All right, thank you everybody out there. You know what? I'll be back again tomorrow night at 7. I'm not doing a 10 p.m. motherfucking one of these tomorrow. Maybe I will. I don't know. But you guys are so cool for being here all the time. And please check out Chingadiculous on Instagram, on Twitter, all over the place, even in China. He's everywhere. My name's Tim Trueheart. I love you guys so much. Thank you and peace.
Peace.
Peace.